It's time for Pierre Governor Sports on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. The Pierre Governors on KCCR are sponsored by Agtegra, First Fidelity Bank, Red Rosa, Wheelhouse Auto Body, SD Savin, Wagner Auto, and State Farm Becky Pottsaba Agency.
Now Zabel will have to throw. He'll throw the back of the end zone looking for Kaiser. Up in the air. The catch is made to the 45. He stays on his feet. Kaiser, 35-30. How about a 99-yard pass? Touchdown, Governors!
And by Pizza Ranch, Rising Hope Counseling, Sanford Clinic, River Bottom Sanitation, Black Hills Federal Credit Union, Anderson Rumsa Dental, Home Care Services, and Country Carpet and Flooring.
To be taken here by the Governors. Michaela Sherwood put us an end to the Knights, and the Governors win it 15-6 in set number 5.
By Olson Plumbing, First Dakota National Bank, Boys and Girls Club of the Capital Area, Slumberland Furniture, AGE Corporation Ready Mix, Dakota Storm and Roofing, and South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Division of Consumer Protection.
Tyden Winkler got a free rush to the quarterback. This is picked off to the end zone. Carson Stosher, a pick 6, and the Governors lead at 40-0. Right back at you.
Pierre Governors on KCCR is also sponsored in part by Beck Motors, First United Methodist Church, Zander Auto Parts, Birding Electric, May Adam, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Gales Gas, and Shane's Pharmacy.
Throwers to receive it. Christofferson to set for Kropp. Off the hands. That's going to be a kill. That's a reverse sweep win for the Governors. 15-12 in set 5. Abby Kropp finishes off a 17-kill Knights. 15-12 in set 5. The Governors complete the comeback.
And by Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, Clubhouse Hotel and Suites, Graham Tire, Faith Lutheran Church, Access Health Fort Pierre, and CHS River Plains.
Final play of the ball game. 7 seconds to go. Kamshoff looking to backpedal. He is going to be sacked. The mountain has been climbed. The standard sets. 7th heaven. The Governors. 7 straight state championships.
And by Edward Jones Financial, Todd's Electric, Lamb Motors, American Family Insurance, Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC, Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, Missouri River Dentistry, Comtech, and Bank West. Now, with the call of the game, here's the voice of the Pierre Governors, John Winkler.
And a good evening from Hollister Field. First home game of the season and the first of 4 of the next 5 weeks being here at Hollister Field. John Winkler alongside Blake Dean as the Governors will be looking to go to 2-0. The Huron Tigers are in town. They lost at 60-0 to Yankton last week Friday as they're coming in at 0-1. And the Govs win all blacks here for the game with their green helmets, looking to get that second win. And Blake, there's a lot for both these teams that they want to be better at. I think the Governors with that win, and Coach Steele said it last Saturday, that you get to look to be better after a win, which is a good thing compared to after a loss. The Yankton or the Huron Tigers looking to be much better than what they were last Friday against the Yankton Bucks. But both these teams are looking to take a next step here tonight, and especially for the Governors here at home to make taking that step in front of the home fans.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about tonight, John, is you get to take that next step in front of the home fans, which is always kind of a nice, it gives you peace of mind when you're on the field that the crowd's always, or for the majority of the time, is going to be rooting for you rather than against you, as opposed to on the road when the Govs opened up their season at Aberdeen last weekend. But to your point, I think that this Governor team, they did a lot of things well, especially in that second quarter against the Golden Eagles last week, but there's a lot of room for improvement in the other 3 quarters. And I think that, that was probably a big point of emphasis for the coaching staff this week. And on the flip side, for the Huron Tigers, there's really nowhere to go but up from their week 1 game against the Yankton Bucks after they lost 60-0. So, there's really nothing, there's no more room to go for the bottom for them. They can only improve from there. And I think their coaching staff took the week to, to tell the team that and just tell them, shake off last week. There's nothing we can do about it. Put it in the rear view and let's focus on Pierre this week.
This Huron Tiger team returns just about 5 guys in total that have varsity experience. Everybody else is pretty fresh and was fresh last week. That's a big key for the Huron Tigers. The Governors will have a couple different starters. Ty Michael is out today. Tucker Ott will be in his spot in the tackle position. Baxter Schremp will also get the start in the outside guard. Johnny Sharon will be the nose tackle. He will get the start. The sophomore will get the start in place of Michael. Lincoln Schoenhard also in the starting lineup, one of those outside linebackers. And then Porter Hunsley, who came in and played for George Staley when he was hurt, he'll get the start. The freshman, the lone freshman in the starting lineup, other than Carter Templeton, the kicker. But Hunsley will get the start in place of Staley, who is playing, but will be mostly limited to offensive snaps. He's not going to play too many defensive snaps. We'll hear from Coach Steele in just a little bit. But also, Blake, that tells you, one, that one guy goes down, you're replacing him basically with 2 guys, one on each side of the ball, adding a couple extra guys in that starting lineup. But what Coach Steele sees and what this coaching staff sees is that the Governors are in a pretty good spot to be able to have these guys play in place of them and start in place of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And we talked about that last week a little bit after watching some of those kids on defense, especially, the young guys like Porter Hunsley. George Rapp had a really good game defensively last week as well, the sophomore linebacker or sophomore safety, I guess I should say. So really, those 2 names were names that flashed that weren't necessarily in the starting lineup on the starting defense, but both guys came in in duty where there was maybe some injuries or just some ability to get on the field, and both of them really flashed. So I think that at least on the defensive side, those are 2 younger names to watch that Governor fans might not recognize as far as that goes. But that's to your point. I think that especially coming off of an injury for somebody like George Staley, it's going to be important for him to kind of ease his way back into things, let him play on the offensive side of the ball where he's, a little bit more dominant, a little bit more familiar as well. And I think that, putting guys that are working their way back to full health in positions to succeed is, why this Governor coaching staff is regarded as one of the best in the state.
Colton McNeil, the starting quarterback for the Huron Tigers, while the Tigers lost 60-0, had about 200 yards passing. He looked good for the Tigers, but just couldn't get the offense to get into the end zone last week, and that's going to be one of their keys early on, is getting in the end zone. We will have our conversation with our coaches coming up here in just a couple minutes. We're actually going to hear Jeff Duffy will do the interview for Coach Drew Strand. Of course, Jeff Duffy, the longtime voice of the Huron Tigers, and also Riverfront Broadcasting now, somewhat co-worker, I guess, from the sister station in Huron. So we will hear from him, his conversation with Coach Strand. I'll have a conversation with Coach Steele coming up here in just a little bit. As the pregame show continues, Pierre Governors and Huron Tigers from Hollister Field. Coming up, first home game of the season. We'll step aside for 4 minutes. We'll come back with those coaches' conversations, starting with Coach Drew Strand of the Huron Tigers. Back in 4 minutes here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Technology solutions provider. Comtech is ready to get technology to work for you, not against you. Stop into Comtech to see our selection of TVs, home audio systems, computers, and security systems. They have brand names like Samsung, Bose, Sonos, and Lenovo, just to name a few. Comtech has what you're looking for in technology. Stop in at 1601 Lowell Avenue in Pierre or visit their website at comtechplus.com. Comtech, your trusted technology solutions provider.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Did you know it is important for your child to see the dentist at the time their first tooth erupt? A healthy smile begins at birth, and there are many variables, from healthy eating habits to good oral hygiene and routine dental care. Hi, I am Dr. Michelle Hofer. At Missouri River Dentistry, we enjoy working with people of all ages. Dentistry is our profession, but people are our focus. I invite families to come experience an office that uses the latest techniques and equipment to be sure you receive that healthy and happy smile. To schedule your appointments for your family, call us at 223-2021. Kids love us, parents trust us.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Back here on this Friday night as we get set for kickoff between the Pierre Governors and the Huron Tigers. Jeff Duffy, the voice of the Huron Tigers, he caught up with Drew Strand earlier this week, the head coach of the Huron Tigers, as this is what they had to say.
Getting set for our second high school football game of the season, Huron Tigers and the multi-defending champion Pierre Governors in 11AA. Talking with Drew Strand, head coach of Huron Tiger football. Tigers' tough start of the season. Knew it was kind of going to go that way. Drew, Yankton had a lot of guys back. We're really green there, especially along the line, and really just big plays. Yankton had their big plays, and we just couldn't get those things stopped.
Yep, unfortunately, we couldn't stop their big plays. We had guys doing the wrong things. Just our older guys that we expect a little bit more from, so they just got to kind of wrap that up and shape it up this week and really get after it. And then our younger guys finally getting their first varsity experience is really good for them guys. Unfortunately, it was against a really good team at Yankton, so just getting those guys experience and a little more comfortable this week, I think, for their second game on varsity.
And one of the highlights, though, for me was the play at quarterback there. Colton McNeil had a nice night, turned it over once, and that was really just flinging it down there in his last attempt of the game. We were able to get a couple of guys open, got some big gains there, especially in the first half on no sacks. So, the line did the job, and Colton, he's a veteran now. He knows how to move back there.
Yep. We just got to continue to work on that and give him a little more freedom with the playbook and understanding what he can do and check out of things for himself to give us the best look possible and just continue to get our guys healthy on offense there to add some more weapons for him to use.
And then the running game was an issue. Give Bubba Peterson credit. I didn't really know this till you told me after the game. He really had not played much running back before last Friday night.
Yep, last year we rotated him at the Y, with Hag and Kobe. So, he just kind of moving into running back this season with our two starters out with Thackeray and Landon. But, those guys just got to get them healthy and find ways to get them back in.
And defensively, as I said, we gave up a lot of big plays, and just from listening to you here, one, I think we're a little wide-eyed, to be honest, but two, we're just making some basic mistakes.
Yep, basic mistakes for us from our older guys, and we can't have that situation happen. And then we're a little bit smaller on defense this year, just because it's hard to replace a guy like Connor Johnson and Holden Hegg. But these younger guys, once they get experience, they'll get more time and rotate in and really, come together, I think, on the defense. So right now, it's just kind of working these guys in and getting them more comfortable with the game.
Now, Pierre Governors, second straight year we have to go there, by the way. But, Pierre, multi-time state champion, and realistically, they're number one until somebody knocks them off.
Yep, they're a really good team. They're really well coached. They got a great coaching staff there, and just a lot of guys that really bought into what they do, and they run it really well when they line up, and they're able to go really fast.
And defensively, when I think of Pierre on defense, I just think that they might have the most athletic set of linebackers every year.
Yep, those four guys that two of them sit on the edge and two in the middle, and they just kind of, they push everything to the middle, so we're going to have to find ways around that and try to get mismatches here and there and just, continue to do what we do and, try to open up that run game a little bit and maybe complete some passes along the outside.
And wrap it up, I know it's cliche, but really we're still working on us with the inexperience we had come in, especially on the O-line and D-line. We knew there'd be some tough start here to the season, especially with the schedule. Bottom line is they told us to go to Pierre. We're going to Pierre. Hopefully we had some learning going last week.
Yep, lots of learning going on, lots of film, work with these young guys. So, our goal is just to compete and get better each week and each play. And, I think our guys did a good job of trying to accept that challenge last week and just kind of do that same thing this week of just look at it as, we're going in to get better, to progress as a team. It's not how you start, but how you finish. And our guys did a good job of actually, accepting that challenge last week. Unfortunately, not the outcome that we wanted. And now we go into Pierre, another juggernaut team. So our guys just got to continue to have on the right mindset and just kind of get after it and see what football's like at that kind of level.
That is Jeff Duffy with head coach Drew Strand of the Huron Tigers. We'll have more pregame show next here in 4 minutes on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Happy anniversary, Wagner Auto. Wagner Auto is celebrating 117 years in the area with sales and service, and now they want to thank you for taking part. When you buy a vehicle at Wagner's, you'll receive $117 in beef bucks just in time for grilling season. See us for details. Get sale prices on Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Check out our ever-expanding inventory. Get the best deals now during the 117th anniversary celebration at Wagner Auto, South Dakota's oldest auto dealership. Wagner Auto, 330 East Sioux in Pierre. Access Health Fort Pierre is here to serve you. Mission-driven to provide affordable, high-quality health care. Access Health provides personalized care for the entire family, including chronic and acute care, evaluation of illness and injuries, laboratory services, wellness exams, DOT and sports physicals, and immunizations. Access Health Fort Pierre. Affordable, high-quality service without the wait. Compassionate, committed, and convenient. The clinics of Access Health have been serving Central South Dakota for the past 35 years. Access Health, caring for communities, caring for you.
Walking together in faith, living together in faith, working together in faith, that's who we are.
Hi, this is Pastor Sam Hanschke. I hope that our athletes have an excellent and successful season. I pray that God would continue to richly bless them. I invite you to join me in praying for our athletes during the year.
We're Faith Lutheran and we are glad you're here.
Look, it's no secret that owning a vehicle can cause a lot of stress, and they get a lot of wear and tear on them through the extreme seasons we've grown to love. Graham Tire wants you to know that you can trust them with any problem that you have with your vehicle. Their ASE certified mechanics can make your AC cool again, or even just change your oil. They can look into and fix those noises that seem to come from nowhere and have you stressed out. Bring your car to Graham Tire so they can put your mind at ease. Graham Tire, your tire store next door. The Clubhouse Hotel and Suites has Midwestern charm and unprecedented attention to detail that provides the perfect getaway. The Clubhouse Hotel and Suites provides a complimentary deluxe continental breakfast featuring hot waffles, biscuits, and gravy. They also have an indoor children's water playland, whirlpool and fitness center, and a beautiful backyard patio with seasonal fire pits. Everyone deserves a night away. Call 605-494-2582 to make your reservation today. The Clubhouse Hotel and Suites. Experience luxury in the heart of South Dakota.
Discover the ultimate driving experience at Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre. With our extensive lineup of vehicles, including reliable sedans, rugged SUVs, and powerful trucks, finding your perfect match has never been easier. Plus, our dedicated team is committed to providing top-notch customer service, ensuring your satisfaction every step of the way. Visit us today and experience the excellence at Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
As we welcome you back to the pregame show here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Joining me is Coach Steve Steele, the Pierre Governors, as they get set to take on the Huron Tigers here in just a little bit at Hollister Field, back at home for the first time since the end of the 2023 season. How nice is it to be back in the friendly confines of Hollister Field?
It's good. This is always, it's a fun time of year with football getting going and, getting back to the first one in front of the home crowd. It's always a special feeling, and even more so again this year.
The Huron Tigers, your opponent, but we'll go back to the Saturday game last week against Aberdeen Central, and the takeaways that you have from that game getting set for this Friday. What was good and what needs to be better this Friday?
The number one most important thing is physicality. I mean, we've just got to make sure that we are striking first. We felt like at times we definitely got a little lackadaisical. So we've just got to make sure that we're being the first to the punch, and then I think we've just got to make sure mentally that we're a little bit more locked in for the scheme, because I think we made quite a few mental mistakes last week that need to be cleaned up today.
Defensively for you guys, not too many blemishes on the defensive side. Obviously, the 2 touchdowns, but overall, between those 2 possessions, one being the last one that Aberdeen had, and then the second one of the game, a lot of good and a lot of yardage loss for the Aberdeen Central offense last week.
Yeah, and I think if there's one area to challenge our defense, it's just going to be making the first tackle. I think most of their yards, especially the ones on those 2 touchdown drives, came from missed tackles. So if we can make sure that we're tackling with the first person, that would be ideal.
Couple injuries, not really injuries, but also dealing with some cramps and stuff like that. How's everybody doing getting ready for the game tonight?
Good. George will be back. George has had a good week. I mean, it was more of a cramp and kind of a little roll on his ankle, but nothing serious. So he'll be back in, and then Ty will hold him out this week, and he's probably about a week away. So we'll see where he's at with an ankle too.
Those guys that filled those roles, one being a freshman, but guys coming in and not really. I mean, you tell everybody to be ready that you could go in any play, and for some guys, week one. That's not usually when you think, I'm going to get a chance week one. It's going to be several weeks. Those guys that came in played well, and then that kind of adds into what you can do offensively and defensively to help everybody else out.
Yeah, and I said Porter did a phenomenal job when he got in there. I mean, we anticipate him starting and playing a lot tonight. Obviously on that side of the ball, just as we're trying to ease George back and not just throw a full workload back at him. And I said Sutton Sonnenshine's another one that kind of stepped up on the offensive side when George had to miss a couple drives and did great. So, we know he's ready to go. And then Tucker Ott, got the call and had to get in there for Ty. And, again, fought as hard as he could. So, I think he'll be obviously a little bit more prepared this week, having gotten the lion's share of the reps all through practice and everything. And, hopefully those 3 guys can have good games again today.
This Huron Tiger team, they lost 60-0 last week against Yankton. You and I were talking about Coach's Corner on Wednesday about this Tiger squad that the film or the score doesn't tell you, and the film, kind of I wouldn't say doesn't tell you anything, but there's a lot more to still be seen from this Huron team than what you guys were able to see on film from last week.
Yeah, and they're a smaller group, but they're still very athletic, and they do some unorthodox things that can be a mental challenge. And seeing as that was kind of our biggest struggle last week, we've got to be better to handle that mental challenge, or this is not going to be a very, very fun game for us. So hopefully our guys mentally are locked in and ready to roll, and we can continue keep everything going that we need to have going, and just progressing in the right direction.
I know every coach is not one to look ahead to look to any other matchups, but without looking at teams, 4 of the next 5 games, including this one, is at home. How nice is it to be, especially early on in the season, to have so many home games over the next 5 weeks?
Yeah, it'll be good. Just as you kind of build that routine with school and with everything else as you break into the school year, and it's not new anymore, and it does feel more routine. It is nice to not have to take those long road trips at this point. So, I think we will still have one, obviously, but it'll be nice for this long stretch of being mostly home.
And tonight against Huron, what's the biggest key to get a win over the Tigers?
Physicality will be the most important part for us. Especially up front, we've got to be the hammer, not the nail this week. And then I think just being able to handle the mental load that they're going to give us, with different blitzes and different looks offensively, and then defensively just with some different motions and movements. So we can handle those 2 things. We'll be 2-0.
Coach, I appreciate the time as always. Good luck tonight.
Thanks, John.
Back with the pregame show next year on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
People helping people.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
The lawyers at the May Adam Law Firm in Pierre know how important your families are to you. If you've been putting off getting your affairs in order, know that the May Adam Law Firm is available to counsel you through your questions and help you get the documents in place so that you've made your loved ones secure. Call them at 224-8803 and they can chat with you about how to document your concerns and care for your family. We're all in this together, and the May Adam Law Firm is ready and able to help. Ferding Electric and their team of electricians have been serving the electrical needs of Central South Dakota for over 60 years. For fast, dependable service, call Ferding Electric. For free estimates, commercial, residential, and farm wiring, you'll find a large selection of light bulbs, including the hard-to-find fluorescent bulbs. Ferding Electric at 2903 East Elizabeth Street in Pierre. They'll do the job right the first time. Call 605-224-8684. Ferding Electric, 605-224-8684. When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the capital city area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux Avenue in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your locally owned independent auto parts store, 500 West Sioux in Pierre. Go Govs!
Hello, I'm Pastor Jeff Lathrop of Pierre First United Methodist Church, and I'd like to invite you to join us in person for worship on Sunday mornings at 8:30 a.m. or 11 a.m. You can also join us on Facebook Live or on KCCR 1240 a.m. or 98.9 FM for our Sunday morning broadcast at 11 a.m. Come worship with us at First United Methodist Church, where you will find open hearts, open minds, and open doors.
This fall, celebrate the spirit of sports with Beck Motor Company, proudly supporting our community for 55 years. Whether you're gearing up for the big game or just need reliable transportation, Beck Motor Company is here for all your automotive needs. From SUVs to Silverados to sedans, our wide selection ensures there is a vehicle for every lifestyle. We're making a great deal better. Beck Motor Company, Pierre, your trusted automotive partner since 1969. Give us a call at 605-224-5912 or check us out at www.beck-motors.com. As we welcome you back, we are set for a kickoff between the Pierre Governors and the Huron Tigers. Coin flip taking place right now here at midfield. John Wickler alongside Blake Dean as we are just about ready to roll. As Blake, this will be a good chance for the Governors to get to. They want to get to 2-0, and obviously at home, want to go undefeated at home. They've got 4 of the next 5 games here at Hollister Field. It's a big opportunity for them to get better from last week. Again, we say that, and we don't mean that they played terrible, but by the standard of what the Pierre Governors want to do, they want to get a lot better than where they were last Saturday, and this is their first chance to do that here tonight.
Yeah, it'd be a good opportunity for the Govs to get off on the right foot, especially at home. It looked like they won the toss and have elected to receive. So offense will get the ball first to start the ball game here tonight. And we'll get to see Caleb Lounsbury's second varsity start here this evening. First start for him at home at Hollister Field.
At 262 yards last week with a touchdown on that Saturday, 23 of 37 for 262. And obviously Cooper Twilliger is the number one guy to go to. He had 10 of those 23 catches for 133 yards and had the touchdown. As the Governors will get set to return the opening kick, it will be George Stalley that will be back deep. We'll probably see maybe Carson Stocher back there as well. Stalley dealing with the more of cramps and a little bit of a rolled ankle last week, but he is set and ready to go. He feels good about getting back into the swing of things, but as the coaching staff can and will do is more erring on the side of caution of we don't want him to play every single snap. We don't need him to be on offense and defense. We've got guys that to be able to fill those roles, but it is good to see him going back because he's a big part of what the Governors want to do this season.
Yeah, he's a really important piece, big piece of the puzzle for the Govs, and a big key for this offense. So, maybe we'll see him back there tonight. He is back there for the kickoff return. But I think if anything's close to Carson Stocher, you'll likely see him take the kickoff back.
Michael Larson's got it teed up. It'll be a kickoff. It'll be a short kick, but fielded by Stocher at the 10-yard line to the 20 to the 25 here on the near side. Stocher out of the 40 to the 45, crosses midfield where he is run out of bounds at the Tiger 45-yard line. And the Governors have great field position to get their offense needing just 45 yards to score.
Yeah, big return there from Stocher, and that's part of the reason why you let him take the ball on the kickoff rather than Stalley. Not that Stalley can't because he's a great athlete as well, but Stocher a little bit healthier right now. He fielded the kick, and you saw him in his speed take the ball out to the Tiger 45, and that's where the Govs will set up shop on their first drive.
Trevor Rounds in the backfield had 70 yards on 26 carries last Saturday. We'll see if he gets the ball to open things up. Pistol formation. Rounds will get the handoff. He has been at the line of scrimmage. He will fall forward for just a gain of 2 to the 43-yard line. And as Coach Steele mentioned, too, Trevor Rounds had a lot of very tough yards. It'd be maybe a 1-yard gain or a 2-yard gain here or there, but they were tough yards for Trevor Rounds and hard 70 yards for him last week.
Yeah, it really was. Took a lot of carries for the Govs last week, did Trevor Rounds. Hopefully he'll be able to find some holes here this afternoon and be a little bit easier on his body.
Another pistol formation snap for Rounds again. He'll spin off of one tackler, but then he almost dropped the football. He's got no gain, and it's now 3rd down and 8. So the Govs didn't get the first 2 snaps that they're hoping for. That offensive line, the starters, Tucker Otts, the tackle, Baxter Schremp, the senior outside guard, the inside guard, Jacob Mikkinen. Zane Rounds returns. He went out with an injury for just a little bit on Saturday. He came back. He's the center. Max Bogenhagen is the nose guard, or the nub guard for the Pierre Governors. So it is now 3rd down and 8, and the Governors have to get to the Huron 35-yard line. Shotgun formation, empty backfield here. 10:45 to go in the first quarter. Play clock is under 10. Lounsbury will get the new play from the sideline. Under 5 seconds to go now. Down to 3, down to 2. They'll get the snap. Lounsbury right up the middle. He was hit hard, and it's going to be 4th down at the 40-yard line. Picked up 3 yards. He barreled forward, and that's more of a call to say we're going to go for it at 4th down. We need to just pick up a couple yards, make it easier for us.
Yeah, absolutely, and you're going to see that right here because the offense is staying on the field. Tigers thought they got a 3 and out there, but Governor offense is going to stay on the field and go for it on 4th and 5 from the Tiger 40.
3 down linemen here for the Huron Tigers on 4th and 5 from the 40. Lounsbury drops back to pass. His first throw is going to be incomplete. It was behind Cooper Twilliger. He was hit as he tried to make the catch. He was going to go down even if he made the catch, and it's going to be a turnover on downs for the Governors. 4 plays and a turnover on downs, and the Huron Tigers, they won't have bad field position to get their first possession now.
Yeah, just a tough drive for the Govs. Didn't really get anything established on the ground. And then we're trying to go to the air to their big target in Terwilliger. Ball a little bit behind him, unfortunately unable to make the catch as he was wrapped up after he touched the ball first. So only 5 yards of offense for the Govs on that first drive, and the Tigers take over at their own 40.
Colton McNeil will take the first snap. He's going to step up in the pocket. He's rolling to his right, trying to break free. Now he'll just throw it away, as it'll get back to the line of scrimmage right at the 40-yard line. It'll fall incomplete, and that's where McNeil did not get sacked last week. And what he probably had to do a lot of was scramble away from that pressure. But he does throw it incomplete and saves it to be 2nd and 10 instead of 2nd down and long, as the Tigers have it at their own 40-yard line with 9:56 to go here in the first quarter. Their first drive. You are listening to KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station. Opening quarter, Governors went 4 and out, so turnover on downs inside Huron territory after a big kick return from Carson Stosher. Man goes in motion. McNeil will throw it. The catch will be made. And out of bounds with the completed catch. That will be taken by number 5. And that'll be from Mason Juergens to get the first reception of the ball game. And right at the 45-yard line. So it's now 3rd down and 5 here for the Tigers.
Yeah, just a nice little pickup there on the out route for the Tigers. Picked up 5, got right back to the line where the Govs started with the ball. So 5 yards in one play for the Tigers on that one. Sets up 3rd and 5 here from their own 45. Just under 10 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
Shotgun formation. McNeil looked to pass again. Throw coming to the nearest side. The catch is made. The tackle by Kellen Hansen, but it's going to be enough right at the marker for a first down. That catch was made by number 14 and Blake Elwine. And it right at the 50-yard line, so a gain of 5 and a first down here for the Huron Tigers.
Yeah, another out route from McNeil. He's able to throw it to Elwine, like you said, right at the sticks. Elwine's a big target. Put it right out in front of him, and he's able to extend with those big, long arms over the 50-yard line for a first down.
2 receivers each side, pistol formation. Now a pitch out of the right side. There is a flag that comes down as Bubba Peterson will carry it out to the right side. He was pushed out of bounds. Gain of a couple, but that's probably going to come back with the holding call against the Huron Tigers. 2 flags came out. Everybody knew about it. We'll hear from our official for the first time tonight on the call against the Huron Tigers. We'll see who the guilty man is for the Tigers.
Illegal blocking back. Offense, number 67. 10-yard penalty on the previous spot. Replay first down.
Elliot Hartman gets called for the block in the back, so a 10-yard penalty from the spots, the previous spot, not the spot of the foul. So it's 1st and 20 back to the 40-yard line, right where the Huron first started their drive, but now they got to get to the Governor 40-yard line for a first down. Shotgun formation here for the Tigers. Man comes in motion to the near side of the line, looking to pass that way. Now McNeil's going to go down. He is sacked as Elijah Bucci will get in the backfield first. He'll record his first sack of the night. And for Elijah Bucci, that's his first sack of the season. Only Coulter Babcock had a sack last week for the Governors.
Yeah, a lot of pressures last week from Bucci, unable to get home. He does there. Just wraps up McNeil in the backfield, making it 2nd and 30 now for the Tigers.
Yeah, loss of 10 on that play, so now they're back to their own 30-yard line. 8:50 to go here in the opening quarter. No score between these two teams. McNeil looking for a quick pass. It goes behind Mason Juergens, and it falls incomplete. It's now 3rd down and 30 from the Tiger 30-yard line.
And I think here, if you're the Huron coaching staff, if you're Coach Strand, I think what you'd probably do here is maybe just run the ball, play field position, punt it away, and make the Govs drive the length of the field to score.
And the way the defense played that first possession, you feel good to play some field position
Absolutely.
right now. The Tigers, while they are 10 yards back from where they started their original drive, they do have a first down. Here's a throw. Jurgens again did not turn around in time. It was a near perfect pass there from McNeil, but Jurgens didn't get turned around in time to look for the catch, and it falls incomplete, and that will bring the punting unit out. And I say with fairly certain that they're going to punt the ball. They're not going to fake punt this one.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen 4th and 30. I shouldn't even say rarely, because I don't think you ever see anybody go for it on 4th and 30, unless you're playing Madden, and I don't think we're playing Madden. At least last I checked, this is not a simulation. So
well, it depends on who you talk to. It might still be a simulation. Here's the punt up in the air. Nice punt from the Tigers. Staley will field it inside the 40-yard line. He slips through a tackler. Now he's going to cut it back to the middle of the field. He's going to get to the far sideline, crossing midfield to the 35 to the 30. Staley will get to the 25 to the 20, 15, 10, and he's going to be run out of bounds around the 5-yard line, but there is a flag back at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I think they're going to get a block in the back on Carter Merrill, the junior up man there. Was right in front of the play, right in front of the officials as Staley was cutting it back, and I think he's going to get called for a block in the back at about the 30-yard line of the Tigers.
And we'll hear from our official.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Number 22, Pierre.
He's pushed out of bounds, number 22, Colby Hofer.
So it was George Rapp that gets called for it, but it might still be 24. And sometimes the officials just pick a number, or they think they got the right number.
Yeah.
But either way, it is going to be 1st and 10 from the Governor, from the Tiger 40-yard line, once again right at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, both teams from the opening kickoff, Gov started at their own 45. Tigers took over at the Gov started at the Tiger 45 of their first drive. Tigers got the ball on their own 40, and now the Govs start their drive on the Tiger 40. So really, starting field position for both teams has been within about 5 yards of each other.
George Staley will come in motion here to the near side. Twilliger will get to the far side, and that will get a whistle, and a timeout will be taken here by Coach Steele, who we don't see him. He's not really animated, but he took his headset off rather quickly. We don't see that very often from Coach Steele, who saw something and did not like how everybody was lined up, how everybody was going. So there'll be a quick conversation here with the first timeout with 8:22 to go here in the first quarter. Still no score, and the Huron Tigers obviously get the 4 plays to get the turnover on downs. This is a big defensive stand for them again if they can make this happen. And the Governors, I don't know if they're in desperation mode to score, but they really feel like they need to be scoring right now on this second drive.
Yeah, it's just going to build a lot of confidence if they're able to put the ball in the end zone on this drive, John. Only got to go 40 yards, which is the nice thing. They don't have to necessarily march the length of the field, but would really do a lot for the confidence of the Governor offense if they're able to score on this drive.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line, coming out the timeout, taken by the Pierre Governors with 8:22 to go here in the opening quarter. 1st and 10 from the Huron 40-yard line. And go through the rest of the offense and defensive starters here for this Governor and Huron Tiger squad in just a moment. Pistol formation, Lounsbury with rounds in the backfield. Will take the snap. It's going to get off of his hands. He'll have to backpedal, but he will just fall on top of it and will go past the 50-yard line. They're going to spot it, I think, right at the 50, so a loss of 10. And that's not where the Governors were hoping to have. We'll go through the starters here. It is Lounsbury, the quarterback. Trevor Rounds, the running back. Staley and Carter Shufflebein, the 2 receivers. Cooper Twilliger and Elijah Bucci, the tight ends. And the hybrid Aiden Beam is also the starter. Defensively, the 3-down linemen for the Huron Tigers, Charlie Morton, John Tu, and Nolan Staley. As it is a empty backfield here on 2nd down and 20. The throw, that was off the hands of Carter Shufflebein. It might have actually gone into the sun because it popped him in the face mask of the helmet. He might have lost it in the sun. It's now 3rd down and 20 here for the Governors.
Yeah, like you said, I think he lost it in the sun. Did Shufflebein right into his face mask. I thought it maybe got him on the arm, but definitely hit some part of him. Did not see it, did Shufflebein, and that sets up 3rd and 20 for the Govs from the 50-yard line.
Empty backfield here again for the Governors. They need to get to the Huron 30-yard line. Back to pass, the blitz coming through. Lounsbury's able to step up for a moment, and then he takes a massive shot right at the 50-yard line. I believe it was Mason Juergens that came in to get the big hit. No gain on the play, and it's 4th and 20, and the Governors are going to go 3 and out and have just run 7 plays so far and have picked up -5 yards in total. Actually, making that -11 yards in total.
Yeah, kind of like you talked about, John. That was going to be a big opportunity for the Governor offense if they were able to score there. They did not. Big punt there by the punter in Stalley. He's able to pin the Tigers back inside the 5, so a nice job of playing field position. Beautiful punt by Stalley. That's going to be a 45-yard punt approximately. Well, 44, I guess, officially, because they're going to spot it at the 6, but big job of field position in this. This early first quarter might come down to who can play the field position battle better between the Govs and the Tigers, and right now the Govs are winning that battle.
So it's 1st and 10 inside the 5-yard line, or right at near the 5-yard line. They're going to spot it at the 6 is where it's going to be here for the Huron Tigers. We'll go through the Governor defensive starters as well here in just a moment. Shotgun formation here for McNeil. He's looking to pass out of the back of his end zone, throwing it downfield, looking for the man. The catch will be made near the one-handed grab, as that is going to be taken by Blake Elwine all the way to the Tiger 42-yard line. A gain of 36 on that first down play.
Yeah, nice pass there by McNeil. Again, we talked about Elwine. Elwine's a good receiver. That landed right in his breadbasket. I don't think that Porter Hunsley, the freshman defensive back, could have played better coverage on that one, but landed right inside the breadbasket of Elwine, and he takes it to the 42 officially of the Tigers. Huge gain on the play.
Gain of 36 on that 1st and 10 from their own 6. Now a handoff for Bubba Peterson. He's able to get through that first line out to the linebacker position, where he's going to be wrapped up and dropped to the 46-yard line. A gain of 4 for Peterson. His first official run after his first run got called back on a block in the back. So it's a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down and 6 from the Tiger 46.
Yeah, Bucci and Rapp on the tackle, co-tackle there for the Govs. But a nice run for the Tigers, pick up 4 yards. If they can continue that, they're going to be in good shape.
Shotgun formation here, 2 receivers on each side. McNeil looked to pass again, throwing in the out route on the far side. Catch is made, sprinting down the sideline where before he's pushed down. And another big play for the Huron Tigers as they get into Governor field position. Juergens makes another grab. Make that number 21, that made the catch, and Riley Weingart. So it's out to the 40-yard line, and another first down here for the Huron Tigers.
Yeah, Tigers are moving the ball down the field right now, John. So far, picked up a total of about 54 yards on this drive.
Gain of 13 there for Weingart. There's a pass that will be caught in the backfield by Weingart. No, they're going to say it's incomplete, and that's a break for the Huron Tigers. Man in coverage was Hudson Schaefer, and if he had been just a step quicker, he might have been able to pick that off and take it to the house untouched. But it is going to fall incomplete at 2nd and 10. And again, the Tigers will benefit from that more than the Governors, because it would have been a loss of 3-4 yards.
Yeah. That's a good job of reading the play there by Hudson Schaefer, the junior free safety. Just like you said, maybe about a step too late there, but the ball did hit the turf. So a break for the Tigers as the clock stops with 5:49 to go in the first.
Still no score in the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. And McNeil will go back to pass again. He'll look downfield looking for a long throw. Up in the air, jump ball. Porter Hunsley in coverage. Got a little bit of a push there. It looked like he had a chance to maybe go after that ball, but it was thrown out of bounds, and it falls incomplete. 3rd down and 10 now coming from the 40-yard line of the Governors.
Yeah, again, they're going to try to target Anderson Porish and Blake Elwine, their 2 basketball stars. Porish standing at 6'5", and Elwine officially listed at 6'9". 2 huge targets for the quarterback in McNeil to throw the ball to. So those are going to be the 2 guys that the Govs are going to have to defend pretty closely.
3rd and 10 here, shotgun formation again. And going to be looking to throw. McNeil throws over the middle of the field, and that will fall incomplete just over the hands. Was that Coulter Babcock that almost got his hands on it? Falls incomplete just short of the intended receiver. And it's 4th and 10 here for the Tigers at the Governor 40-yard line. Kind of 4-down territory. You know, punting is, you're not going to have a big punt. And I think the Tigers are going to go for it, but I think they're going to talk about it first. They will. What they want to do here on 4th and 10 from the Governor 40.
Yeah, I think maybe Babcock did get a hand on that last pass, John, because he, after the play, really celebrated like, I did something good for my team. So I'm guessing he probably did get at least a hand on it, maybe two, because that ball did fall well short of the intended receiver, and it looked like out of the hand of McNeil it was going to be, maybe caught in stride by the receiver. So a nice job of defense there by Babcock, our player of the game last week, with the 2 interceptions that he had.
Finish out, we'll go to the defensive starters here for the Pierre Governors. Elijah Bucci and Johnny Sharon and Jacob Micken, and the 3 on the defensive line get the start. Gilbert Twilliger and Lincoln Schoenhard, the 2 linebackers, outside linebackers, with Max Hunsley and Coulter Babcock, the middle linebackers. The free safety, Hudson Schaefer, got the start. The strong safety, Kellen Hansen, and then the 2 corners, Porter Hunsley and Carson Stosher, the starters for the Pierre Governors on the defensive side. We can finish out the starters offensively for the Huron Tigers. Colton McNeil's the quarterback and Bubba Peterson the running back. The receivers are Riley Weingar, Logan Leyendecker, and Blake Elwine. The tight end, Colby Hofer. And that offensive line from right to left is Elliot Hartman, the tackle, Reagan Dirksen, the guard, Charlie Martin, the center, Jackson Greenfield, the left guard, and the left tackle, Nolan Staley, for the Huron Tigers. 4th and 10 from the 40-yard line. Coming out of the timeout, 5:37 to go. This is a big play in the first quarter. McNeil on a high snap, drops back, looking to pass, throws on the back foot. It is just going to land incomplete around 3 different receivers. No one really had a good chance at it. Really, you can't even, there's good coverage by the Governors, but no chance for the Huron Tigers to make a play, and it's going to be a turnover on downs, and the Governors will take over at their own 40-yard line.
Yeah, pressure up the middle there by Coulter Babcock. Govs sent more guys at the quarterback than the Tigers had blockers, and that play was blown up right away because McNeil was trying to throw off the back foot, just try to give his guys a chance, and that ball landed well short of the intended receiver. So the Govs will take over from their own 40-yard line.
See if the Governors can get a sustained drive here. I've not picked up a first down yet. 5:31 to go here in the first quarter. This will be a toss pass for Georgetown in the backfield. He'll try and go. He went outside the right tackle and then tried to work his way back to the left side of the field to the far sideline. He got to the 45, a gain of 5. And Staley, that is a completed catch and the first completed pass from Lounsbury to Staley, and it's a gain of 5, 2nd and 5 from the 45.
Yeah, a nice little toss pass or touch pass there from Lounsbury to Staley. And that might be one of the things the Govs look to do, is just to get their guys out on the edge.
Here's an option play. Lounsbury will keep it. We didn't see him run the ball very much. He gets near the first down marker. Didn't seem to run the ball last week, but maybe trying to add that into the game plan for the Governors tonight. He gets down to the 49-yard line, a gain of 4, and it will be 3rd down and 1 from the Governor 49-yard line. Now, last week, Lounsbury, he did not, well, he had just 2 yards on 3 carries, so he's already got more yards, will have more yards on that rush than he did last week. But it is 3rd down and 1. Rounds will get the handoff. There is a flag that comes flying in right at the snap. Rounds got to the first down marker and passed it to the Huron 49. He picked up 2 yards, but we'll see what the flag is with 4:21 to go here in the first quarter. Do the Governors have their first down, or is it going to back them up 5 to 10 yards here? We'll get the call from the official. Nobody's moved yet from either side. Now the Governors are starting to move back.
Legal procedure on the offense. 5-yard penalty.
So the legal procedure is called against the Governors. Backs them up 5 yards to the now Governor 44, and it's 3rd and 6. As the clock runs now with under 4:20 to go here in the first quarter. Still looking for our first score of the ball game. 0-0 between Pierre and Huron.
Yeah, this is going to be the big play for the Govs to see if they can continue to build some positive momentum that they've had on this drive, or is it going to stall out for their 3rd 3-and-out of this first quarter?
Shotgun formation, pistol formation. The ball is dropped. Lounsbury didn't have possession of it, and he is dropped in the backfield back to the Governor 36-yard line. It ends up being a loss of 8, and it's going to be 4th down and long, and the Governors let the punt it. They're actually going to spot him at the 38, so a loss of 6, and it's going to be 4th down and long for the Governors, and they will punt the ball away.
Yeah, really, really tough start to this ball game for the Govs, especially on offense. Defensively, they've looked okay, have held the Tigers to 2 scoreless drives. They did have to punt the ball they've had to punt the ball all 3 times, as Stalley does punt this one away, and it will take a Governor bounce, land out of bounds at about the 27-yard line approximately. But that second drive for the Tigers, they march the ball from their own 6 into Governor territory, so they'll get better field position to start this drive, and we'll see if they can take advantage of it.
Governors with -2 yards right now offensively. Huron Tigers have picked up 59 yards through the air and -6 yards, but so they're still at the over 50 yards gain with 3:15 to go here in the first quarter. This is not the start that the Governors are hoping to have offensively, but defense has to continue to pick up. We've seen that before where the defense sometimes is slow to get going. The offense is there. This play is a blown dead at the snap. It'll be a false start here against the Tigers.
False start. Number 30 on the offense. 5-yard penalty.
Jonathan Peterson gets called for the false starts. Not in that starting lineup for Peterson, but he does get called for the, he will get called for the false start. Make that Bubba Peterson is the guy that gets called for the false start. Jonathan Peterson, but Bubba Peterson was the one that from the backfield gets called for it. So 2nd and 15 now, as it'll be set at the 22-yard line here on territory. 3:13 to go in the first quarter. Shotgun formation here for McNeil. Looking to pass, coming free was Terwilliger, and he'll have to just throw that away will be McNeil, and it will fall incomplete, out of play. It'll be 2nd down and 15 now for the 22.
Yeah, if they're going to leave Terwilliger unblocked off the edge, that's going to be dangerous recipe for the Tigers going forward, because you get Cooper Terwilliger, a kid as a sophomore who's getting SEC offers already, unblocked off the edge. That's not going to be real successful for your offense. You might want to put somebody in front of number 12 in black.
McNeil 4 for 12 so far for 59 yards. Already thrown the ball 12 times here. We got 3:08 to go here in the first quarter. Man goes in motion across the line. McNeil will drop back to pass again, looking to throw. That ball is batted down by Terwilliger as he got to the quarterback again. This one will be a swat from Terwilliger, and it's 3rd down and 15 here for the Tigers.
Yeah, nice pass breakup there by Cooper. Got the big hands up in the face of McNeil. McNeil only stands at 5'9", so you get Cooper Terwilliger, the big kid who stands at 6'5", officially listed, with the hands up. He's probably 6'9", 6'10". That's a whole foot taller than McNeil, the quarterback for the Tigers. And you get those arms up in the air, easy to bat down a pass from the quarterback in McNeil.
Shotgun formation again here. McNeil looking to pass and look to his left, now throw to the right, but he's going to overthrow his intended receiver. Not sure if the route was ran wrong there from Colby Hofer, or if that McNeil had just too much on it. 3 incompletions after the false start penalty, and it'll be a 3 and out here from the Huron Tigers, and they will punt the ball away from their own 22.
Good response by this Governor defense to push the Tigers back about 5 yards on that drive after they marched the field, essentially marched about half the field from their own 6 to the 40-yard line of the Governors on the previous drive. So Tigers are going to punt the ball away from their own about 22-yard line.
This will be taking a Huron bounce. Stalley will pick it up, though, inside the 30-yard line. Makes a couple of moves to get away from a couple tacklers, but then he is still going to be dropped down inside the 35 at the 33 or so. And the Governors will take over from there. And another punt. So that's our 4th punt of the game in 6 possessions. 4 punts, 2 each. 1 turnover on down from each side. And we are a stalemate at 0-0 with 2:47 to go here in the first quarter between the Pierre Governors and the Huron Tigers. 4th possession already, and we still got 2:47 to go in this first quarter. Governors will have a pistol formation to get things started. 2 receivers here on the near side. Trevor Rounds in the backfield for the Governors. Lounsbury will take the snap. He'll throw it to Stalley, looking for a screen pass. He gets one man around one man, and then a big block from Cooper Terwilliger, throwing his man down as he was running through and running down number 44, Cooper Bischoff. But it will be a gain of a couple to the 35-yard line, so a gain of about 3 for Stalley, and it's 2nd down and 7.
And I think that's a smart decision by the offensive staff led by Coach Steve Steele. Get the ball out on the perimeter and let your guys in space make plays, because, at the line of scrimmage right now, Huron's winning that battle.
Lounsbury will hand off for Rouse, looking for a hole on the left side, trying to run through a tackler, but he is wrapped up, brought down a gain of about 2 for Rounds, and it's third down manageable for the Governors, as it was a tackle from Weingart that made that tackle, a gain of 2, and it's third down and 5 here for the Governors.
Yeah, nice play there by Riley Winiger to make the play on Trevor Rounds. Gain of about 2, like you said, third and 5 here for the Governor offense, and a first down is going to be really big for this offense if they can get it.
That one will go under the legs of Lounsbury. He'll pick it up, looking to pass. He throws it, doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage, was almost intercepted. And now they're going to talk about on if there was a receiver in the area, and I think there was, so they will not have an intentional grounding call against Lounsbury, but it will be incomplete, and it's now fourth down, and the Governors will have to punt the ball away again.
Yeah, that's the third time in this first quarter, John, that the ball has gone through the hands of Lounsbury on the snap, and I don't know if that's a quarterback-center exchange, just miscommunication, or what the deal is, but I think that needs to be something that they're practicing over on the sideline.
Staley will punt the ball away for the third time now. This will be called for. No, was not a fair catch call for. The catch was made and already was dropped immediately, as that one came from Tyson Polston, along with also number 23, Kea Ducheneau. And so a big tackle on the reception of the punt, but did not force the fumble. And it'll be first and 10 for the Tigers at their own 33-yard line.
Yeah, nice job of punt coverage there by Polston and Ducheneau. Able to get down there. And like you said, the returner was, I think, number 20 in Oakley Anderson for the Tigers, but he did not call for a fair catch, and he got wrapped up right away.
McNeil back to pass on first down, looks to his right, throws outside. The catch is made outside the numbers, wrapped up inbounds, well, actually out of bounds. A gain of about 7 to the 40.
That was Porish, I believe.
So Porish will make his first reception.
Pass completed to number 11.
So Porish will get his first catch, gain of 7, 66 yards passing on 5 of 15 right now here for McNeil. With 1:13 to go in the first quarter, 2nd and 3 from the Tiger 40-yard line. Still no score on the American Family Insurance and Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard. Governors had turnover on downs and then 3 punts in a row. This will be to the near side. The catch will be made. It was a high throw. Might be enough. It will be enough for a first down as Porish makes a second catch for a gain of 3. So he'll get those 10 yards, and it'll bring up a new set of downs, 1st and 10 from the Tiger 43-yard line. Well, they had said it was first down, and now they're saying, well, maybe it's not first down. They're going to come. They're going to stop the clock and measure here with 1:08 to go.
Yeah, I think that depended on the spot there as Porish made the catch again. And based on our angle, we are right on the yard marker right now. To me, it looks like he might be a little bit short.
I think if he's got the first down, those 2 white stripes of the football, I don't think it's going to touch one of those white stripes.
Yeah.
That's how little the football. It's the corner end of the football if he's got a first down. The far side judge was the one that made that call, and it's going to be no index card was pulled out from it, but it is a first down. Gene Steratore not here for the call of the game, or the referee for the game. He's not a rules expert either, but is a first down for the Huron Tigers.
God, that was a wild sequence when that happened. I can remember vividly thinking when that was pulled out, there's got to be a better way to measure that.
The shotgun formation, McNeil will hand off for Peterson, just his second run, and it will be a gain of a couple. Actually, it was not even Peterson that got the run. It's going to be Landon Holst that will get the carry. And so Holst will pick up to the 46-yard line, a gain of 3, and it's 2nd and 7. There couldn't have been I don't know if better or worse official is the right way to say it, because Gene Steratore seemed to love the moment all the time, and he loved that moment. He was kind of I don't want to say he's about himself, but that was one where it's like, of course, it's got to be Gene Steratore to make that index card call. 2nd and 7 from the 46-yard line. McNeil is running for his life, and he'll throw it a long way. And Coach Steele is looking for an intentional grounding, and then he will get it that time. The referee will drop the flag, and it will be an intentional grounding on Colton McNeil. I think he's wanted that a couple of extra times against McNeil, but this time he will get it. At least we almost positive we're going to get that intentional grounding. And Coach Strand is out there trying to talk and plead his case that it shouldn't be intentional grounding.
Yeah, I think he's thinking that Porish was the receiver in the area.
I think they're going to pick up the flag.
There is no flag for intentional grounding. There's a receiver in the area.
They say a receiver was in the area, and Coach Steele threw his hands up in the air, and I don't think he agrees with that call. It is still going to be 3rd down and 7, and it is an incomplete pass, but it could have been 3rd down and about 18 instead of 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, I think the argument from Coach Strand there was that Anderson Porish was in the area. He was probably about 5 yards away from the ball, to be honest, on that pass.
3rd and 7, 20 seconds to go here in the first quarter. McNeil play action, throw it over the middle. The catch is dropped. Carson Stosher was in coverage, and it went right through the hands of Blake Elwine. And it brings up 4th down and 7. The Tigers will continue to play field position here with 16 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
Good stop by the Governor defense. They're getting a lot of good pressure up the middle by that defensive line of Bucci, Sharon, and Mikkonen. Putting a lot of pressure on McNeil, and that's forcing him to get the ball out of his hands quickly. And that time, like you said, just right through the hands of Elwine.
So another punt upcoming, 3rd one for the Huron Tigers. Carson Stosher will call for the fair catch. He will make that catch. Almost was close to having kick-catch interference, but he will make the grab with 9 seconds to go. And it'll be inside the 25-yard line. The Governors will take over about the 22. We get another whistle here. We have a flag somewhere,
We
maybe?
do, right at the 50-yard line.
So is it going to just be maybe a sideline warning here called against the Governors, right where it's at, seemingly? Well, now referee is going to be going over to Coach Strand. What I assume would be a 5-yard penalty, so he could, if he accepts it, it'd be 4th and 2 instead of 4th and 7, or maybe he can take it at the end of the kick. 4th and 2, you maybe think about going for it at the Governor 49-yard line. But we'll hear what the call is.
Illegal substitution on Pierre. It's a 5-yard penalty. They have the right to take it on a previous stop and re-kick.
So they will take the yards. It'll be 4th and 2 now from the Governor 49-yard line on the illegal substitution. And now all of a sudden you think you might go for it on 4th and 2.
Right. Ball's about the 50-yard line. Tigers are going to get the ball within 2 yards of the sticks. And like you said, possibility of going for it now if you're Huron.
And then the referees are talking about where to put the football at. It's got to be on the far hash and then move it up 5 yards. So it'll be at the Governor 49 with just 9 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. And I think the Tigers are out there to go for it. I don't think they're going to punt the football again. They're going to go for it here. I believe they're going to go for it here on 4th down. They are. McNeil is out. Shotgun formation. 4th down and 2 after the illegal substitution penalty. The Tigers are looking to pick it up. Low snap, McNeil will throw, but that goes right into the face mask of Coulter Babcock. It is incomplete, and a 1st down will come up for the Governors. Turnover on downs for the Tigers at the Governor 49-yard line.
Yeah, eventually somebody's got to learn to block number 12 in black and number 33 in black, because Coulter Babcock came right through the middle untouched and completely blew up that play. With 6 seconds left here in the first quarter, and the Govs will take over at their own 49-yard line.
Most likely the final play of this first quarter. Other than, well, that play only took 3 seconds off the clock, so there's still a possibility if it is incomplete, there's a chance for 2 more plays. But pistol formation, Lounsbury, a low snap again. He'll pick it up off the ground. Now he'll throw it downfield looking for Twilliger. Catch is going to be made. With coverage in his face, Twilliger will make the catch at the 20-yard line at the end of the first quarter. A gain of 31, and the Governors will have it 1st and 10 at the red zone to start the second quarter. No score between Pierre and Huron at the end of the first. Back in minutes here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
You just got a quote from a company and are now being billed for not choosing them. Many contracts have what's referred to as a contingency agreement. These typically state that if you don't go with them, You, after insurance has approved the repair work, will be charged a percentage of the job they quoted. Ask up front if they charge to provide an estimate. Never sign anything that you haven't fully read or understand. If you have any questions, reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Have you assessed the condition of your roof at your home or business? Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters can help. Since 2010, Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters has been helping their customers in Pierre, Fort Pierre, and all surrounding areas. With over 20 years experience, the professionals at Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters know how to get the job done. Specializing in all types of roofing, they'll make sure to find the right fit for you and your home. Give them a call at 605-280-9797 or get a free quote on their website at dakotastormroofing.com. Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters. Reliable roofing for your peace of mind.
Governors get the first down. They'll have it 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line to start the second quarter. The American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. John Winkler alongside Blake Dean. And, well, Blake, the first quarter, if you're a Huron Tiger fan, you've got to be really pleased about how that first quarter went. If you're the Pierre Governor fan, you don't want to be frustrated right now. It's still, second game of the season, first quarter in that second game. But you want to see something a little bit more from the Governors going into the second quarter.
Yeah, a lot of positive momentum into the second quarter for the Govs on that big connection from Lounsbury to Terwilliger on that last play.
Lounsbury looked to pass. He throws, looking for Stalley. Corner, the end zone. Catch is made at the pylon. He is in for a touchdown. 2 plays. 2 catches, 1 for Terwilliger at 31 yards. Stalley gets a 20-yard grab, and the Governors strike first. It's 6-0, the first play of the second quarter.
Yeah, nice job of play action to freeze the defense. Stalley got behind the defense to the far corner, or the far front corner of the end zone. Beautiful touch pass by Lounsbury to the front pylon on the near side, and Stalley puts it into the end zone. 6-0 Govs, pending the extra point.
So here's Carter Templeton off for the extra point. It's going to be a bobble snap again, and there's going to be no chance for Lounsbury to make a play on it. And it will be no good on the extra point. 6-0 our score with 11:54 to go here in the second quarter. We'll take a 30-second break. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
AGE Corporation's Contractors and Crane Service is a proud supporter of Pierre Governor Athletics. For almost 60 years, AGE has been building South Dakota. For all your site work construction and crane work needs this season, AGE is here to help. Give them a call. AGE Corporation and Crane Service, 223-2732. That's 223-2732. AGE, proud supporters of local sports.
It was just a 2-play drive. It went 51 yards, a 30-yard grab, 31-yard grab from Cooper Terwilliger, and then a 20-yard catch from George Stalley, and it's 6-0 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard, with the Governors leading the Huron Tigers here with just 6 seconds gone by in the second quarter. Jen Brazilius and Logan Steiner back at the station. John Winkler alongside Blake Dean here on this Friday night from Hollister Field, and well, the Governors kind of got things figured out on that drive. It only took 2 plays to get in the end zone, 2 big plays, but 2 very good plays from Terwilliger and Stalley, and 2 good passes from Lounsbury.
Yeah, absolutely. You put the ball in the hands of your playmakers. That's what Lounsbury did there, distributing the football to Terwilliger on the first one to end the first quarter. First play of the second quarter, George Stalley gets loose, runs to the front near pylon, and scores the touchdown. Extra point bobbled snap from the Govs on the extra point, and they lead 6-0.
And getting free, ball comes out though. The Huron Tigers will fall on it at the 40-yard line. That return from Peterson went all the way out to around the 45. He's a little bit shaken up coming out. The ball popped out, and the Tigers were able to jump back on top of it. I think it was Winiger and as well as also Cooper Bischoff were able to recover it. It was a line drive kick from Templeton, which gave that chance for Peterson to have a larger return. And the Tigers will start at their own 40-yard line with 11:46 to go here in the second quarter. And now they're looking, they've had the better of the 2 offenses until that drive, and they're looking to build on what they had in that first quarter with 69 yards passing and get into that positive territory rushing-wise.
Yeah, like you said, that was a good return there by Peterson. Looks like Huron's going to take a timeout here, maybe to talk things over. And
they only had 10 guys on the field. They couldn't figure out where they were trying to get their 11th guy from. And
sure.
And then on top of that, that one timeout that there's one timeout that always drives a coach nuts, especially offensively, is coming out after the touchdown, whatever it is, that first play coming out of a timeout of some sort, and you got to take a timeout.
Yep.
That drives a coach absolutely nuts when that happens.
Yeah, they're especially like you said, first play of the drive, no need for a timeout because you've already talked about what play you're going to open up with, and the correct personnel is not out on the field. So Huron forced to take a timeout. They do have 2 remaining in the half with 11:46 to go here in this second quarter. But they do keep the ball at their own 40-yard line for this drive. They got to go 60 yards to tie this ball game up or potentially take the lead.
So 1st and 10 from the Huron 40-yard line, 11:46 to go here in the second quarter. 6-0 lead. Man goes in motion. McNeil will toss it to him, and in the backfield, wrapped up and got through. And Elijah Bucci couldn't wrap up the first tackler. It's still going to be a loss. Holst was the one that got the pitch or got the soft toss in front. It was a completed catch and a loss of quite a bit. So it actually worked out for the Governors that Bucci didn't make that first initial tackle because Holst ended up losing a couple more yards back to the 32-yard line.
Yeah, nice play there by Bucci to initially disrupt the play, but like you said, running back's able to continue to rumble on after he breaks the tackle from Bucci, but that allows the Pierre defense to rally tackle and make a huge loss and a stop of officially a loss of 8 yards on the play.
2nd and 18 from the 32. McNeil's back to pass again. Backpedals, throws off his back foot. That's going to be intercepted. Kellen Hansen with the interception. He's in the 45, 40-yard line, 35 in here on territory before he runs out of bounds. And Kellen Hansen will pick up a huge interception for the Governors as the 6-foot senior defensive back will get his first career interception.
Yeah, nice play there by Hansen. Again, that was caused by the pressure up front. McNeil had to throw off of his back foot. Hansen back there playing his safety position, sits on the ball, leaps up, makes the nice play at about midfield, maybe the 45 of the Governors, and he's able to take it back to the 30-yard line officially of the Tigers, setting the Governor offense up in fantastic field position for this second drive, first official drive of the second quarter.
1st and 10 for the 30. Staley goes in motion here, the near side, receiver on each side. They'll move out to the left. Lounsbury will throw. He's got Twilliger open, but just overthrows him. He had him so wide open. I think he got some happy feet and thinking, oh boy, this would be an easy touchdown, and just a bit too much on the throw, and it falls incomplete. As Lounsbury is now 4 for 8 for 59 yards and a touchdown. 2nd and 10 upcoming here from the 30.
Yeah, just a little bit too much mustard on the throw from Lounsbury over the top to Terwilliger. Like you said, he had Coop streaking in the back of the end zone wide open, but overshot him, threw it out of the back of the end zone. Luckily, nobody was behind Terwilliger to make a play on that because Terwilliger was the last person that was between him and the back of the end zone. But no harm, no foul. 2nd down for the Govs here from their own 30-yard line, or from the Tiger 30-yard line.
Shufflebein goes in motion, and then we get a whistle, and I think it's going to be a false start. I don't know if Lounsbury is wanting the snap yet, but it came back to him too quick. And we'll get the call here from the official, which will back up the Governors.
On the offense. 5-yard penalty.
Just calling it on the offense, so it's 2nd and 15 now, back to the 35-yard line. Governors are in Huron territory. Now, they've had the ball in Huron territory twice to open up drives, and they've failed to cash in on either one of them. So now it's 2nd and 15 from the Huron 35-yard line on the far hash, moving from right to left on your radio dial. Pistol formation, rounds in the backfield, receiver on each side. Lounsbury will drop back to pass. Looking, now he'll throw, looking for Bucci, overthrows him. And it will fall incomplete. Man in coverage was number 21 in Winiger. And it's 3rd down and 15 now here from the 35-yard line.
Yeah, again, kind of on both of those plays, Lounsbury's been thrown off his back foot. He does have a really good arm because he's able to put it over both Bucci and Terwilliger on those throws off of his back foot both times. But maybe just needs to put a little bit more touch on both throws to be able to complete them.
So 3rd and 15 from the 35-yard line. See if the Governors want to try and play this to gain a couple yards and make it 4-down territory. As Lounsbury drops back to pass, he'll throw it down the field looking for Scheffelbein. That is going to be caught. He walks in the end zone. Touchdown, Governors. Scheffelbein gets his second varsity touchdown, but first in the start, and the Governors lead at 12-0 with 10:26 to go here in the first half.
And that time you saw Lounsbury able to sit in the pocket, not have to throw off his back foot, step into a throw, and he hits Scheffelbein in stride for an easy touchdown, making it 12-0 Govs, pending the extra point off the foot of Templeton here.
The extra point here from Carter Templeton. This time the hold is good. The kick is up, and that will go through the uprights. 13-0 lead for the Governors now with 10:26 to go in the second quarter. Back in 30 seconds here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
AGE Corporation's Contractors and Crane Service is a proud supporter of Pierre Governor Athletics. For almost 60 years, AGE has been building South Dakota. For all your site work construction and crane work needs this season, AGE is here to help. Give them a call. AGE Corporation and Crane Service, 223-2732. That's 223-2732. AGE, proud supporters of local sports.
So that was a three-play drive for the Governors as they end up going 30 yards in the entirety of the drive, but get a 35-yard touchdown pass from Kayla Lounsbury to Carter Scheffelbein, and the Governors now have a 13-0 lead in the American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein scoreboard. So a good start here for the Governors in the second. Didn't get the start they were hoping for in that first quarter, but now have made up with it with back-to-back touchdown drives, with a total of 5 plays in their last 2 touchdowns in their last 5 plays, as Templeton will boot this one away here for the Governors.
Yeah, again, like we talked about, 2 really, really positive responses on consecutive drives for the Govs, and they're up now 13-0.
Peterson will take this series out to the 30-yard line where he's going to be upended, and it will be the Governors that will get back to defense, who have been stout so far. Huron's got it 1st and 10 from their own 30. And outside of a couple of plays for the Huron Tigers, this Governor defense has not really bent at all, and definitely has not broke at this point. Would it be 1st and 10 for the 31?
Yeah, now I think both sides of the ball are starting to play with a little confidence. And I don't know what it is about the second quarter, John, but it must be now, in both the first game and the second game, the Govs have been able to settle into things in the second quarter and really start to play well on both sides.
Here's a handoff in the backfield for the Tigers. That defensive line was sharp and ready for it, as Johnny Sharon was on top of that pile. Also have number 72, it looked like, as Patrick LaRoque was on the tackle as well. There is no gain, and it's 2nd down and 10, as that was... The handoff was given to Holst, picked up no yards on it. 2nd and 10, 9:50 to go here in the second quarter. To Blake's point, the Governors have scored 35 points so far this season. All 35 have come in the second quarter. This will be a throw out to the far side of the field, up inside the hash marks. The catch is made. It'll be 3rd down here for the Governors. As the wrap up by Kellen Hansen, who has got the interception. The catch was made by number 11 in Porish. And so Porish will get out to the 38-yard line. Gain of 7, and it's 3rd down and 3.
Yep, nice job of tackling there by Hansen on the pass to Porish, and sets up 3rd and 3 for the Tigers.
This will be looking to pass again. McNeil throws it right over the middle. Bullet pass. The catch is made. It's going to be 1st down. Governors were able to get over to the receiver, and a quick tackle was made, as it was George Rapp that was over there and making the tackle. I make that Max Hunsley was over to make the tackle, number 35. And it's 1st and 10, as Porish makes another catch to the 44-yard line. Gain of 6 for a 1st down.
Anderson Porish, the sophomore wide receiver, standing at 6'5", 195, been the top target so far for McNeil. Really good basketball player, too, is Porish.
It'll be a low snap, but a handoff here for the Tigers. Up the middle, all the way through the 35-yard line. A almost had a touchdown-saving tackle from Porter Hunsley, but he did slow him up enough before the tackle was made as it got to the 25-yard line. And a huge run for a 1st down to the Governor 25.
Yeah, big time gain there for the Tigers. And they are now in business at the Governor 25 here.
So it'll be a big gain for Holst. About a gain of 30 on that run for Holst. And it's 1st and 10. The Tigers are threatening here to try and get their first score of the ball game. Low snap again here for McNeil. He's looking to pass, throws off his back foot. Stosher almost had the interception. It hit him right square in the middle of the 0, and he couldn't corral it. And it's 2nd down and 10. He undercut the route. But that was just about an interception for Carson Stosher.
Yeah, tough play there by Stosher. He did everything right on that play except catch the ball. Does go down as a pass breakup there for Stosher, though. But, yeah, he's going to want that one back. He's going to be seeing that one tonight.
Bo Peterson in the backfield here for the Tigers. McNeil with a quick pass, screen pass, catch is made here out on the near side in the flat. And a gain of a couple inside the 20-yard line, as the catch that time was going to be made by Leyendecker. And the Tigers look to maybe go a little bit quicker here as they're inside the red zone now to the 18, a gain of 7 for Leyendecker.
Yeah, nice play there by Leyendecker, Logan Leyendecker, the tight end listed in your program. But Tigers moving the ball, and they're now in the red zone officially.
3rd and 3 from the 18-yard line, 7.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. McNeil again looking to pass, throws it to the near side. Catch is made. It looks like it's Elwine that made the catch, and it will be a 1st down as he was inside the 15-yard line. As Elwine will get to the 13, it looks like, for a gain of 5 and a 1st down.
Yeah, excuse me. Leyendecker was actually listed as a wide receiver in your program on that previous pass, but Elwine does make the catch. He's another basketball player that we're going to want to watch out for come basketball season, but McNeil's able to hit him for the 1st down.
McNeil now will hand off for Holst again. This time he is wrapped up at that offensive line, right at the line of scrimmage for no gain, maybe a gain of 1. After busting out a 30-yard run, he's got a gain of about 1 in his 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, only about a yard there on the run for the Tigers, but they continue to chew clock and they continue to move the ball. Under 7 minutes to go here in the second quarter, and the Tigers are knocking on the door.
2nd and 9 now from the 12-yard line. Shotgun formation here for McNeil. And we get a whistle before the snap, looking like maybe it's going to be a false start against the Tigers that will back them up. We get the call from our lead official. As that'll be on Elliot Hartman, the 2nd time that we've called his name on a penalty. And it's now 2nd down and 17 as the clock continues to run here. About 6.5 to go. 2nd and 15 from the 17. Made that 2nd and 14 from the 17. Shotgun formation again here for McNeil. He's looking to pass another time. Throws over the middle. A catch is made inside the 10 to the 5, down to the 4-yard line. As the catch was made by Porish. And it'll be close to a 1st down, but it may be a yard short.
Yep.
Gain of 13 on the play.
Yeah, nice job by Kellen Hansen, the senior defensive back, to keep Porish from picking up the 1st down and, more importantly, the touchdown. But Huron's going to have it 3rd and very short here from the Governor 4-yard line.
3rd and 1, probably less than 1. Shotgun formation, McNeil looking to pass. That ball is batted up in the air, and will it still be caught in the end zone? It is. It was off the helmet, and it will end up being caught, and a touchdown for the Tigers right at the goal line. It is Winiger that was the one that made the catch. It is Winiger that makes a touchdown grab after it was up in the air, and the Tigers get on the board on a big deflected pass touchdown.
Yeah, wow, what a play by the Tigers on 3rd and short. Off the helmet, like you said, that was a very low pass by Colton McNeil, the senior quarterback. Luckily for Riley Winiger, the junior receiver, right place, right time, and the Tiger kick is going to be no good off of the foot of Micah Larson, the senior kicker. But 13-6 our score with 5:42 to go here in this first half. Govs are going to get the ball back, and the offense has been rolling the last 2 drives.
We'll step aside for 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
It's time to gear up with savings during the Labor Day sale at Slumberland Furniture in Pierre. Slumberland carries all your favorites with the latest styles and fabrics. And now, with this big sale, you can save up to 60% off retail prices. Living room, dining room, bedroom, accent pieces. Find it all at great prices during the last big sale of summer. The Labor Day sale at Slumberland Furniture. Saving money never looked so good. Slumberland Furniture on the truck bypass in Pierre and slumberland.com.
So it will be Winiger that makes the catch. As it was deflected up in the air, he was still able to make that catch with the jump ball. And it will be a 10-play drive that turns into a touchdown for the Huron Tigers as the extra point was missed wide left. And the Governors lead it by 7 here with 5:42 to go here in the first half.
Yeah, officially a 10-play, 69-yard drive for the Tigers as they set up shop from their own 31-yard line on that last drive. But they march the ball down the field and score their first touchdown of the season on a tip pass from the hand of McNeil to the waiting arms off of the tip drill to Riley Winiger.
As Larson will kick this one away, it'll be grabbed by Stalley outside the 15-yard line, right up the middle of the field. Stalley will cut here to the near side. He's out to the 35, the 40, 45, 50. He stays on his feet and inbounds, but he will be out of bounds. The referee will spot him out of bounds inside the Tiger 40-yard line to around the 38. A big return, and the speed of Stalley got the Governors back into the Tiger territory.
Yeah, Governors skill position players are really doing a good job of moving the football and creating in space. They just haven't been able to hit the home run yet. We've seen it from Stosher on the kick return and the punt return. We've seen it from Stalley on the kick return and the punt return. Just haven't been able to hit the home run quite yet, but they are looking good when they've got the ball in their hands.
So now Lounsbury back to work here. Got Tigers in Tiger territory. Governors with it here as Lounsbury will throw it out to the flat, and the catch will be made. And the forward progress of Twilliger, who made the grab, is stopped not too far past the line of scrimmage, if past the line of scrimmage at all. And it's second down. We'll give him a gain of 1. Second down and 9 here for Twilliger, who just made his second catch for 32 yards. As Lounsbury's 6 of 11 for now. Make that to 95 yards in total with 2 touchdowns. Under 5 to go now here in the first half. Governors lead at 13-6. The American Family Insurance Sprinting Shufflebind scoreboard. Lounsbury will pump fake. Now he'll throw. Middle of the field. Down the far sideline. Shufflebind. That will be a jump ball. It's incomplete, but a flag is thrown near the goal line. As Shufflebind was fighting for it, looking for a one-handed grab, which would have been a SportsCenter top 10 play. But Logan Leindecker is the one that's going to be guilty of a pass interference or a hold of some kind. And it will be 1st and 10 for the Governors whenever they mark off this penalty.
Yeah, Leindecker was grabbing a hold of the jersey of Shufflebind there, and that's a pretty easy call for the back judge. Pass interference is going to be the call here once we get the word from our lead official when he turns on his mic.
Pass interference, defense. Play will result in first down after 15-yard penalty.
So they give him 15 yards of the pass interference penalty called, and it's going to be 1st and 10, nearing the red zone here, 22-yard line for the Governors. You're listening to KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station as we're past 8 o'clock. Still in the first half, 4:43 to go. The throw to the near side, Shufflebind, that was going to be broken up as almost ended up trying to get an interception. That was Sean Messamore. He was looking for that interception, but Shufflebind couldn't quite get the hands on it first. It was knocked down, and it's second down and 10.
Yeah, nice play there by Messamore because, like you said, that ball gets into the hands of Shufflebind. He's probably going to turn up the field and score. So nice play there by the junior defensive back for the Tigers.
Second and 10 now from the 22-yard line, 4:39 to play here in the first half. Governors still lead at 13-6. The American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebind scoreboard. Empty backfield here for Lounsbury. It's going to be a design run right up the middle. Lounsbury will try and lower his shoulder. Not that we haven't seen or didn't think that Lounsbury could get the contact, but that's the first time we really see him try and move with the contact as he picked up a good chunk of yards to around the 15-yard line, and it could be a gain of 8. It's 3rd down and 2 here for the Governors.
Yeah, if he shows that he can do that, that's a big threat for the Governor offensive. If he shows that he can move with his legs in Lounsbury, that's just another wrinkle for a defensive coordinator to solve.
Another design run, but this time the Governors didn't have it blocked well at the line of scrimmage. And it will be 4th down right around the 15-yard line. They're going to lose a yard, and it's going to be 4th and a long 3 here for the Governors with 3:50 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, Govs are going to go for this here, John. I would be surprised if they attempt to kick this 4 and get 3 to put themselves up 10. They're this deep into Huron territory. They're more than likely going to go for this 4th down here, being at 4th and 3.
3:30 left to go. Empty backfield. Governors look to pass. Lounsbury will throw. Catch is made by Stalley. He's inside the 10 to around the 8-7 yard line. It's going to be a 1st down for the Governors. They pick it up on 4th down. A big 1st down connection from Lounsbury to Stalley on 4th down.
Yep, good job there. Didn't have to do anything special. Just move the chains, and that's what Lounsbury and Stalley did there.
Century mark hit for Lounsbury in the first half as he's picked up with that 7-yard completion. Gets him 102 yards on 7 of 13 throwing here in the first half. 1st and goal from the 8. Stalley comes in motion. It'll be a toss pass to him in the backfield. Stalley trying to cut it back up the middle of the field. He's going to be wrapped up. His forward progress stopped. It's a completed pass again to Stalley as it was thrown in forward in front of Lounsbury. And a gain of a couple. Maybe a gain of 2. We'll call it a gain of 2 to the 6-yard line.
And honestly, that's not the worst thing in the world either, John, because you continue to chew up clock and keep the Huron offense off the field if your Governor offense here on that nice little touch pass from Lounsbury to Stalley, try to get him in space and let him score.
2:24 left to go. And now we'll get a jump there from the Huron Tigers, which will move the Governors up half the distance to the goal to make it 2nd and goal for the 3-yard line.
Encroachment on the defense, number 54. Half the distance to the goal, still 2nd down.
It'll be John 2 that will be called for the encroachment. And it's 2nd and goal for the 3-yard line with 2:21 to go here. Make that 2:20 and counting left to go here in the second quarter. So the Governors can take off another 25 seconds or so, trying to bleed off this clock here late in the first half. Lounsbury keeper trying to go up the middle, trying to almost dive towards the end zone as going down to make the play was going to be John 2 again. And Lounsbury didn't find his way in the end zone, so it's 3rd and goal from maybe the 2-yard line, a gain of 1. And it's 3rd and goal from the 2 with under 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
You think this is the time that they pull out the snap the ball to Cooper Terwilliger play right here, John?
Well, they don't have him lined up there. They do have Carter Merrill right now, looks like, in the backfield, number 24. He'll get the handoff, and he will get to the goal line, but he is stopped 1 yard short. A gain of 1 for Merrill, and it's 4th and goal from the 1 with 1:20 to go.
Yeah, maybe now you see the heavy package. I would be surprised they're officially going to list it at 4th and 2.
So we're going to say no gain for Merrill, and now it's 4th and goal, empty backfield here. The Governors are trying to punch it in with 1 minute to go. Stalley will come to the backfield now. We'll see, maybe they want to run an option with Stalley in the backfield. Lounsbury
nice
with the call to Stalley, but he's not going to get to the goal line, and he can't get in. The Huron Tigers, they had it well scouted. They had the option play read, and Stalley can't get in. He's going to be stopped 2 yards short. No gain with 50 seconds to go. The Huron Tigers take over their own 2-yard line.
Wow, what a good job of defense there by the Tigers. We saw the Governors do that same thing last week against Aberdeen to essentially win them a ball game, and Huron does the same thing here to keep them in the ball game. It looks like Huron's maybe going to take a timeout here.
Yeah, this will be their second timeout, and Blake who cares if you go down and score? If you run out of a timeout and don't get the goal, you don't get a touchdown. If you get sacked in the back of the end zone, if it ends up being a safety and you're down by 9 at the end of the half instead of being down by just 7, you rather not score and make sure you got the right play call to get out of the shadow of your own end zone right now with 50 seconds to go than trying to go down 98 yards in 2 timeouts.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to have the right play call designed here, to your point, because granted, you do get the ball back to start the second half if you're the Huron Tigers. So really, you kind of would rather play damage control right now and just, maybe punch the ball out as far as you can, maybe even take a knee or two, and then just send this thing into halftime.
Well, and if you take away the 30-yard run that they've had, in total so far, they've had a -2 rushing yards other than the 30-yard run. So that tells you exactly that the rushing game has not been good to get out of the back of the shadow of the end zone. It's been passing, 28 passing attempts so far for McNeil with 50 seconds to go in the first half. They're going to try and QB sneak it out of the back of the end zone. The Governors had the defensive line sitting right there. Will Coach Steele use one of his 2 timeouts? He will, and force the Huron Tigers to try and do that again. Now the Governors say they have the football. They're coming out of the pile saying they have the football, but it is the Huron Tiger football. We do have the whistle blown to stop play. So McNeil was the QB sneak of nothing. And it's the second timeout taken here by Coach Steele. Now with 43 seconds to go, to try and even force them to run a play on 4th down, you have to make sure that you get the play stopped within the next 3 seconds.
Yep.
But you still force them to make a good snap. I mean, you go back a couple years, Buffalo Bills had the game won over the Minnesota Vikings if they just snapped the ball well.
Yep.
And they fumble the football in the end zone. The Vikings pick it up and turns into one of the greatest games ever played regular season-wise between 2 teams. So they're still that important. You got to make sure the snap goes there. And if they're going from under center, they don't go from under center very often.
Nope.
That's only the first time they've ever gone from under center. That's a different exchange than snapping the ball in the shotgun.
Yeah, and I don't know how often the Tigers practice that either, John, to your point. So this is going to be a really important quarterback-center exchange on this next play. And to your point, Govs have got to maybe get this stopped within about 3 seconds if they're going to have a chance to potentially get a chance at a punt return.
So they're going to line up under center again. Governors have loaded the box with about 9 guys, and now we get a whistle before the snap. And 4 seconds have ticked off the clock, so they've got to make sure that, and Coach Steele will be wondering about that as well. And
Ball start on the offense. Number 14. After this needs to go. Second down.
Blake Elwine is called, so they will reset the game clock to the 43 seconds. And Blake Elwine is called for the false start penalty, so half the distance is the goal. Well, from the 2 to the 1 is where it goes, and it's even more important now that the Tigers have a good exchange to try and get out of the back of the end zone.
Yep, absolutely. That was a big-time penalty there by the junior wide receiver.
Here's another snap, trying to get the ball out of the back of the end zone, making sure that they're trying to get out of the back of the end zone. Coach Steele will call timeout again. It'll be a gain, maybe they got to just past the line of scrimmage. And a timeout taken again here by the Governors. And I think there was no gain on that play, so it'll be 3rd down and 11 from the 1-yard line. McNeil again does not get anything. Now, as long as the Tigers have a snap that is good, they don't go in the back of the end zone, they can let the clock run out after that. But it is still one more time that they have to do this to make sure that they don't pick up a safety in the last minute of this second half, or first half.
Yeah, they got to do it one more time. And like to your point, even the pros sometimes mess up the quarterback center exchange because, like you said, Bills Vikings a couple years ago, that keeps one team in the football game. So big, especially for a team that doesn't do that very much, like the Huron Tigers, to your point. This is going to be, again, the 3rd consecutive time that they'll have done this, quarterback center exchange from under center. And we'll see what the result is this 3rd time around.
Well, coming up into halftime, we'll have stats for you. We'll also check scores from around the states as we actually get a chance to tell you what's happening in the state. Last week, we only had about 1 game happening besides us on that Saturday night, but we'll be able to tell you score updates in the half break. Here is 3rd and 11 from the 1-yard line. And we now get a whistle, and it's going to be on the Governors. So that will push them 5 yards forward.
5-yard penalty. Still.
And now if you're the Huron Tigers, you say, maybe we just take a knee on this thing, and we'll go to halftime down by 7.
Yeah. I would do that 100 times out of 100 if I'm Coach Strand and the Huron Tigers
now,
here.
You do have a timeout, so if you think about it, and obviously I don't know how much they're going to think about it, but a 3rd and 6 from the 6-yard line or so, that they can snap the ball and take a knee, and that's exactly what they're going to do. So it will be one kneel down. That will take us to the end of the half, and the Governors will lead it 13-6 at the end of the first half. Not where the Governors were maybe expecting this game to be at the end of the first 24 minutes, but the Huron Tigers will certainly take it. It's 13-6 at the end of the first half. We will step aside. We will come back in 3 minutes with halftime stats. We'll let the clock run down here first before we take that break, just to make sure there's no quick plays taken by the Huron Tigers. But the clock will run down, and it will take us to the end of the first half. 13-6, Governors lead it at the end of the first. At the end of the first half, back in 3 minutes. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Do you love video games and want to compete with a team? The Boys and Girls Club of the Capital Area is starting a new esports academy for students in grades 4 through 12 to learn and compete alongside their team against other clubs across the state and country in games like Rocket League, Super Smash Bros., and Valorant. For more information and to sign up, go to bgcaparea.org/programs/esports-academy. We can't wait to have you on our team.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Are you building a new home or remodeling the old? Adding a fireplace can make a house a home. Olson Plumbing in Pierre carries a full line of Heatolator fireplaces. Whether your taste is traditional or contemporary, Olson Plumbing has a great selection of Heatolator fireplaces that will fit any style. Whether you're building new or updating, call Olson Plumbing. Heatolator Fireplaces, the first name in fireplaces. Olson Plumbing in Pierre is your source for the industry's largest selection of indoor-outdoor fireplaces, either gas or wood, and outdoor fire pits. Stop by their showroom at 2803 East Wells or give them a call, 224-6436.
Let Country Carpet and Flooring in Pierre help you update your home or office with the latest in hardwood, laminate, ceramic, vinyl, and carpet fashions. With over 30 years of flooring fashion and solutions, Country Carpet and Flooring makes choosing the right items fun and easy. For the latest design in flooring, call 224-9297 or stop by 414 East Sioux Avenue. Country Carpet and Flooring in Pierre.
Home Care Services is a private agency committed to providing expert advice and specialized care to those who want to remain living independently at home. Home Care Service has a team of nurses, caregivers, and administrative staff that offers 30-plus years of in-home support services to our local communities. For more information about Home Care Services, call 224-2273. Expert advice, professional care. Home Care Services, 224-2273.
At Anderson Rumsa Dental, we want to change the way your family views the dentist. Let us replace your dread of the chair with personal service in a friendly and inviting atmosphere. Using state-of-the-art technology, we offer porcelain crowns completed in 1 day, saving you time and money. Anderson Rumsa Dental, located at 1521 North Harrison Avenue in Pierre. Experience dental procedures performed while you're in a deeply relaxed state, often with no recollection of the time passed. Anderson Rumsa Dental. Call us today at 605-224-6111. That's 605-224-6111.
We welcome you back to the Pierre Governors and Huron Tigers. It is a 13-7 ball game at the end of the first half. John Winkler alongside Blake Dean as we run through stats and run through the scoring plays, which they're not a whole lot, almost one less than what we had in Saturday's game. The Governors were able to get the first score of the game, but it took them the first play of the second quarter to get that first score. It was a two-play, 51-yard drive, a 20-yard throw and catch to George Stalley that made it 6-0 for the Governors. They got the ball back again and ended up with a three-play, 30-yard drive and a 35-yard throw and catch from Lounsbury to Carter Shufflebine, his only catch of the first half. But it went for 35 yards. The Governors took a 13-0 lead, but then a 10-play, 69-yard drive to answer the Governors' touchdown drive. Huron Tigers get a 4-yard catch. It was a Winiger that caught it off the top of a helmet, bounced up in the air off of a helmet. He was able to make the deflected catch in the front of the end zone right at the goal line to make it 13-6. The extra point was missed. The first extra point for the Governors, the bobble, it was a low snap that Lounsbury wasn't able to scoop up, and really at that point you're going to go anyway from the holder. So the extra point was no good. Huron Tigers missed the extra point, and that's where we stand at 13-6. As we go through some of the stats, not a whole lot of stats to go through for the rushing wise for both these teams, as we'll start with the Huron Tigers. 34 yards rushing for Holst on 4 carries. He had a big 30-yard run. That's the only real big play that either team has had rushing. 4 yards for Bubba Peterson on just 1 carry. Then McNeil he lost 10 yards on 1 carry, and then had those 2 plays at the end of the first half, just trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. So he's got a total of 3 carries for minus 10 yards. But he has thrown the ball 28 times, 13 for 28 with a touchdown pass, 97 yards, and an interception, as the interception was made by Kellen Hansen. But those 6 different receivers that have caught passes, it is Porish with the team high 5 catches for 36 yards. Elwine's got the team high in yards receiving, 46 yards on 3 catches. Winiger's got the touchdown grab, 17 yards on 2 grabs. And then a catch each for Juergens, Leindecker, and Holst. 7 yards for Leindecker, 5 yards for Juergens, and a minus 8 yards for Holst, who was dropped in the backfield, for their total of 125 yards of offense for the Huron Tigers. For the Pierre Governor offense, they've got 107 yards in total. The Tigers are outgaining them through the first half. 4 yards on 3 carries for Trevor Rounds, no yards on a carry for George Stalley and Carter Merrill. 1 yard lost on 8 carries for Kalen Lounsbury. And then on the throwing side of things, 8 for 14 for 2 touchdowns and 104 yards for Lounsbury. He has thrown to Stalley, who's made 5 catches for 37 yards and a touchdown catch. Cooper Twilger's got 2 catches for 32 yards, and Carter Shufflebine has a catch, which was a touchdown, of 35 yards. That's where the 107 yards of offense comes for the Pierre Governors. Defensively, Blake, you got a couple of leaders defensively, tackle-wise, for both teams, or at least for the Governors.
Yeah, for the Governors defensively, like you said, Kellen Hansen with an interception. He's tied for the team lead with 5 tackles at the half with E.J. Bucci. Bucci also has a sack on the night as well. 3 tackles. We credited a couple of tackles for Jace Sharon and the Governor defensive line on those 1-yard quarterback sneaks at the end zone, credited to Sharon, Mikkonen, and Bucci. But as a result, 5 tackles apiece for Hansen and Bucci, your leaders in tackles. Bucci with the sack as well, like we talked about. Hansen with the interception. Stosher with a couple of pass breakups, as does Coulter Babcock. And solid job by the Governor defense with and really all across the board. They've done a good job. That drive, that second to last drive in the second quarter, the one that ended up in the touchdown, they really had that one snuffed out too. It was a 3rd down play that Huron converted off the tip drill to score. So the Governor defense has bent a few times, but broke just once on kind of a fluke play. So good job defensively for the Governor defense thus far.
Governors have a 13-6 lead over the Huron Tigers. We'll step aside for 3 minutes, come back with more of the halftime show. We'll have scores from around the state coming up in 3 minutes here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At Black Hills Federal Credit Union, our top priority is providing value to our members. Since 1941, we have helped our neighbors buy homes and vehicles, finance their farms and ranches, insure their assets, and retire comfortably. From Custer to Sioux Falls, we live and work in our communities, and we treat our members like family. Visit bhfcu.com to learn more about how you can join. BHFCU is member-owned, not-for-profit, and federally insured by NCUA.
River Bottom Sanitation, your locally owned waste management company serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre communities. Contact River Bottom Sanitation for your residential and commercial pickups. Now River Bottom Sanitation is your source for all your roll-off needs. River Bottom Sanitation in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Give them a call for pricing at 605-222-1120. River Bottom Sanitation. That's 605-222-1120. Sanford Health Pierre Clinic provides comprehensive and convenient care to Pierre, South Dakota, and its surrounding communities. We care for all your health needs, including preventive care, pediatric health, annual checkups, chronic disease care, and more. Schedule an appointment today at 605-224-0369. Ask about our heart health specialists. Visit this clinic on the third Wednesday every month. Sanford Health Clinic, Pierre, 605-224-0369.
We all want to be happy, but sometimes that doesn't feel possible. But if you have hope, you have everything. Rising Hope Counseling provides high-quality mental health services with locations across South Dakota. Additionally, by providing telehealth, we ensure South Dakota's rural residents have access to high-quality mental health services. Our team lives and works in your communities, and we understand the unique challenges we face. Schedule an appointment by phone or online today. Rising Hope Counseling, offering hope, healing, and change.
Pizza Ranch in Fort Pierre is a proud supporter of Pierre Governor Sports. Bring your crew to the ranch. We have hot buffet options, including legendary pizza, the country's best chicken, savory sides, nutritious salads, and delicious desserts. Perched right on the river, our Fort Pierre Pizza Ranch is only minutes from the South Dakota State Capitol building and right down the road from where the Pierre Governors play. The Pizza Ranch in Fort Pierre. Go Govs!
Becky Potsuba and State Farm Insurance are here to help you with your insurance and banking needs. State Farm's not just insurance. It's banking, investments, IRAs, loans, and a whole lot more. We offer guidance in a personal and caring way that helps you manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and find ways to control costs so you can realize your dreams. We know how life is, and we're here for you. Stop in to see Becky at 1315 East Wells Avenue in Pierre, or call Becky at 224-4173.
As we welcome you back here at the end of the first half, Pierre Governors with a 13-6 lead over the Huron Tigers on American Family Insurance Brittany Schoffelbein scoreboard. Blake Dean's got some score updates for you around the states here on this Friday night.
Yeah, around the AA landscape we look. Apart from this game tonight, T-Area and Aberdeen Central, the only final thus far, 39-7 in favor of the Titans. Aberdeen Central falls to 0-2 to start the season. Sturgis with a 14-0 lead over Douglas at the half. In Sturgis, Yankton and Watertown, the 4-2 matchup between those two teams. Watertown with a 20-13 lead.
Watertown's coming to town next Friday.
They are, yes. So that'll be a really good test for the Govs. That game when Watertown comes next week. Brookings over Mitchell right now, 14-0 in Brookings, and the only other AA game that has yet to start is out west. Spearfish, the number 3 team in Class AA so far, taking on Rapid City Central out west, like we talked about. As far as local teams from around the state, Mobridge Pollock over Miller Highmore Herald with just about a minute left before halftime, 22-14 in favor of Mobridge Pollock. Lemon McIntosh with a 38-0 lead over the Potter County Battlers in Lemon, and Leola Frederick area with a 12-8 lead over Stanley County in Frederick. So scores from around the state. Look at the AA landscape and the local teams in the listening area. Right now, as far as the listening area, apart from this game, we're hoping for better results. But hopefully at least Pierre can pull out the victory potentially if they're able to hold on here over the next half of football.
Huron Tigers will get the ball to start the second half. The Governors Tigers 13-6 lead for Pierre. Back in 2 minutes with the third quarter. Right after this here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hi, I'm South Dakota Attorney General Marty Jackley. If you are a crime victim, there is a way you can stay updated on your case. Crime victims can access the statewide Automated Victim Information and Notification System, or SAVIN. This free service provides victims with important criminal information and notifications. For more information, call 1-844-299-4608 or go to savin.sd.gov.
At Wheelhouse Auto Body, we believe in treating our customers and their cars like family. Our service-focused team has over 50 years combined experience in the automotive repair industry. If you have a vehicle, big or small, that needs some TLC, Wheelhouse Auto Body team is ready to take care of you. Visit Wheelhouse Auto Body at 720 North Garfield or contact us at 605-494-0436. Wheelhouse Auto Body of Pierre.
Red Rosa Italian Grill invites you to check out all the amazing things they have to offer. They are more than just delicious food. They have a full bar featuring one of the largest whiskey and bourbon selections in the area. Stop down for happy hour daily from 3 to 6. Lunch specials are served from 11 to 2 during the week. Open Monday through Thursday 11 to 9 and Friday and Saturday 11 to 10. Red Rosa Italian Grill, located at 808 West Sioux Avenue in Pierre.
Crunch early, crunch late. Like worn leather boots on a trail. Crunch like a pastry knife through pie crust. Or steel-toed boots at a construction site. Here's to the ones that come through when the pressure's on. When it's crunch time, so to speak. For you, we do more than run the numbers. We crunch them.
This is Stephanie Sanchez, your mortgage loan officer at First Fidelity Bank, serving Pierre and Fort Pierre. I'm ready to crunch some numbers for you.
Wherever you're born to be, Stephanie was born to help you get there. First Fidelity. Born to bank. Equal housing lender.
As we welcome you back, we are getting set for kickoff for the second half. Governors with a 13-6 lead on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. With Jen Brazilius and Logan Steiner back at the station. John Wickler alongside Blake Dean as the Govs will kick it from right to left. The lights are on, have been on all game, but the sun has set here at Hollister Field, and we are set for the second half as Carter Templeton will be doing the kicking. A couple guys back deep for the Huron Tigers. Bubba Peterson and Riley Winiger will be the two guys back deep for the Tigers as they have a shot to tie this game up on the first possession of the second half. Templeton is just about set and ready to go. His arms up in the air as it will come down, and we will get ourselves underway here in the second half as the kick will go middle of the field and return here for the Huron Tigers. Out to the 20 to the 25-yard line, to the far side of the field, to the 30, staying on the feet for a moment to around the 35. And it will be the Huron Tigers that will, with Bubba Peterson returning, it will get out to around the 35-yard line where they will set up shop to start the second half.
Yeah, decent field position for the Tigers here on this first drive to start the second half. Decent return there, and we'll see the Tigers set up shop here from their own 33-yard line.
Shotgun formation here for McNeil as he'll look to throw the football, potentially look to throw the football here in this first play. And he will throw it out to the near side, swing pass, and it will be easily snuffed out by the Governors. Not a whole lot of gain there from the 33. They're actually going to lose a yard back to the 31. Loss of 2 for Holst on the catch as Lincoln Schoenhardt will make the catch, or make the tackle, and it'll be a loss of 2.
Yeah, nice play there by Schoenhardt, and Babcock was in there as well. Nice play there by both of them.
Here's a shotgun formation as it will be a handoff up the middle and a quick gain of maybe 1 to the 32-yard line. As the tackle made by Jacob Mickenen in that defensive line. Holst again got the handoff, but he got to the 32-yard line, a gain of just 1, and it's third down and 11 here for the Huron Tigers. A couple guys, I think, with different numbers. We get number 22 with George Ram, but I think might be Schoenhardt.
I think it is Schoenhardt. Yeah. I think they've said his name a few times when 22's made a play.
So McNeil will go back to pass again. The throw, that's going to be intercepted by Terwilliger. Down the far side of the field, stiff arms him in. He's going to take it to the house. Pick 6 for Cooper Terwilliger. With 10:35 to go, the Governors will make it 19-6.
Well, that's one way to get the ball into the hands of number 12. Just let him catch it off the back foot throw of the opposing quarterback. Nice job of coverage there by Terwilliger. Again, nice pressure up front by the Governor defensive line. Makes McNeil throw off his back foot. Terwilliger sitting back there. Steps in front of the pass, and he takes the distance. All he had to do was break one arm tackle, which he's able to do. And it looks like the Governors are going to get an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty after the touchdown. And it looks like they will enforce that after the kickoff. So not sure what number they called the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on, but that will be enforced on the kickoff.
So Carter Templeton will come on to do the extra points. Lounsbury will be the man to hold as the freshman will be looking to make this a 20-6 lead here for the Governors. Snap is good, the hold's good, the kick is up, and that will be good inside the right upright. 20-6, Governors have a 14-point lead now with 10:34 to go in the third quarter. Back in 30 seconds here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At AgTegra, we're leveraging the power of the cooperative to benefit our farmers and ranchers, their families, and local communities. We're creating jobs for your neighbors and putting money back into our communities. We're lending a hand in our rural fire departments, food banks, and 4-H and FFA programs. That's what local is all about. When you do business at AgTegra, you help us make a difference in your community. AgTegra, strong, stable, dependable, and local.
As we welcome you back here, the Pierre Governors have a 20-6 lead of American Family Insurance. Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. John Wickler alongside Blake Dean as an interception return of about 40 yards or so for Cooper Twilliger, and a man that did not play a whole lot of defense last year. Didn't really need him to play a whole lot of defense last year, but he's playing the outside linebacker position here. Gets it to the house, and the Governors pick up a unsportsmanlike penalty. And I don't know if it was more of a taunt or celebration. They seem to have celebrated a few times in the end zone, more of a choreographed celebration. Not anything that was like, outlandish like you see in the NFL, but maybe a couple more choreographed kind of celebrations or planned celebrations that might have got themselves in trouble on that touchdown. Here is Templeton on the kickoff from the 25-yard line. This will be a return here from Peterson as he tries to go from the near side to the far side. It was going to be good field position as long as there was a return and no flag, but there is a flag that comes down as Peterson got it to around the 45-yard line. But we'll check the flag to see if that's going to bring the Huron Tigers back now. It's sitting at the 38, so if it's 10 yards from that spot, it's not going to be a real good return for the Huron Tigers. So it's a 5-yard face mask penalty on the Pierre Governors. So that adds on to that good return on top of it. So it's going to be the 50-yard line for the Huron Tigers.
Yeah, Carter Merrill guilty of the face mask penalty, but that will set the Tigers up at midfield for their next drive, their second drive of the half.
It'll be a handoff. Holst will sidestep to his left, cut it back to the middle of the field. He'll pick up a couple of yards, gain of 3 to the 47 as they are inside, for sure inside at Governor territory now.
Yeah, Mickinen and Babcock on the stop.
Holst has got 38 yards on 6 carries, but a 30-yard gain on one of those carries is the big reason why their rushing stats are not in the negative. It's the only reason why, and they still only have at that a total of 32 yards rushing with a 30-yard gain on top of it. More pistol formation here. McNeil will throw. That one's going to be low, incomplete. I don't know if that was the right play from either McNeil or from the intended receiver in Porish, who was looking to block instead of make the catch, and it skipped in front.
Porter Hunsley.
Yeah, so Porter Hunsley trying to make the interception, and he was the only guy that even knew the ball was coming at that point. But it's now 3rd down and 7 from the 47-yard line. One of the two got mixed up on the play call.
Yeah, that's just, like you said, kind of a miscommunication between quarterback and receiver, because if Porter Hunsley's maybe a step into or closer to the line of scrimmage, that's a pick 6.
McNeil, the pass, he throws downfield. It's going to be short, and actually it's going to be good to the far right side of the intended receiver as it was misplayed. Misthrown.
Porish again.
Yeah, Porish was the intended receiver. This time he was looking for the ball, but was running down the middle of the field, and it was coming to the far side, or near side of the field. Hudson Schaefer was the one that was traveling with Porish, and it's now 4th down and 7, and the Tigers look like they're going 3 and out, and they're going to punt the ball away. 9:38 to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, just a nice job by the defensive line again, putting pressure on the quarterback and forcing another punt from the Tigers.
On the punt, line drive punt. It'll take a Tiger hop inside the 20 to the 15. It'll be touched at around the 12, 13 yard line. So a good punt there from Huron, and the Governors will have to go over 85 yards to make it a 26-6 lead.
Yeah, but I think if they can do it, they're going to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers in Stalley and Terwilliger. Those are going to be the two guys that you're going to want to see Lounsbury get the ball to.
So see what the offense can do now. They've already scored. Yes, the Governors have already scored, but that was a defensive touchdown. Terwilliger with the pick six. So now the offense is on the field for the first time here in the third quarter. As Lounsbury will take the snap, he's looking to throw, looking maybe for a home run ball down the middle of the field for Scheffelbein. And it's going to be up in the air and up for grabs. And it will be off the hands of Scheffelbein, also off the hands of the defensive back, and it will fall incomplete near the 50-yard line.
Poorish in coverage, or no?
That's actually going to be number
Winiger.
81 and Winiger that make
and Leyendecker as well.
And making the play. So it will be 2nd and 10. Governors are looking for that home run ball right away.
Yeah, Lounsbury's taken a lot of deep shots here since the second quarter has started, and he wastes no time on his first passing attempt of the second half.
It'll be a handoff for Rounds near side as he'll get to the 20. A spin off of a tackler. He was held up on the foot, and he was able to get maybe an extra yard. Good gain on 2nd down and 10 from the 13 out to the 21. A gain of 8, and it's 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, nice gain there from Rounds. His best run of the evening. That sets up 3rd and about 2 for the Governor offense from the 21-yard line.
8:50 left to go here in the third quarter. Pistol formation again. Be an option play. Toss here for Rounds. He's going to get to the corner. He's able to get out of bounds at around the 25-yard line. Picked up about 4, which he needed 2. He'll get the 4 yards and get a first down here for the Governors. As I think they'll spot him. Well, maybe they'll spot him at the 26-yard line. A gain of 5 there for Trevor Rounds and a first down for the Govs.
Yeah, nice call on the option. Looked like Huron had that one read pretty well, but a nice flip from Lounsbury to Rounds. Rounds picks up the rest, does a good job, and he is churning the ball well now.
Lounsbury looking to throw deep again. Scheffelbein catches made in stride, but he is wrapped up. Touchdown saving tackle from Winiger, but Scheffelbein will get all the way down to the 40-yard line, and a huge throw and catch from Lounsbury to Scheffelbein. A second grab of the day for Scheffelbein.
I think that was actually Leyendecker on the coverage there, and he's actually coming off the field after that tackle, but you're right. Touchdown saving tackle from Leyendecker. Otherwise, Scheffelbein was going to take that one to the house.
34 yards on that throw from Lounsbury to Scheffelbein. 2 catches for 69 yards for Scheffelbein, which is the team high in yards. Just not in team receptions right now. But 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. Handoff for Rounds up the middle. Sidesteps a man to his left, diving forward to around the 30-yard line. And the Governor offense is looking a little bit better here and more in sync right now, as Rounds will pick up a gain of about 9. And it's 2nd down and a long one. We'll call it a gain of 8 as 2nd and 2.
Yeah, it looked like Jacob Mikkinen came up hobbling a little bit on the end of that play in the backfield, but a nice pickup there for Rounds. He picks up 8 officially, making it 2nd and 2 from the Tiger 32.
7:35 left to go here in the third quarter and counting. Governors taking their time offensively, get the play call. They don't huddle, but they will get that play call and take their time. Now will be a deep shot again down the far side of the field, and that will be caught by Scheffelbein again for another touchdown. Right to the sideline, came away with it. A 32-yard grab for Scheffelbein. His 2nd touchdown grab of the ball game, and the Governors lead it 26-6.
What a throw by Lounsbury. That was into coverage, and I think it maybe was Leyendecker over there. I don't think that you can play any better coverage than what he played on Scheffelbein there, but perfect placement there from Lounsbury on the throw, and Scheffelbein with a great catch on the far sideline, and he's able to sneak it inside the pylon closest to the close corner of the end zone on the far sideline, and that makes it a 27-7 game, or 27-6 game, off the foot of Templeton.
As Shufflebine's got 2 touchdown grabs now, 3 catches for 101 yards for Shufflebine. The Governors lead at 27-6 with 7:25 to go here in the third quarter. Back in 30 seconds here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
It is a 6-play drive that went 87 yards and a 32-yard throw from Caleb Lounsbury to Carter Shufflebine. His second time that the two have connected for touchdown grabs, and also over 30 yards both times. And the Governors now lead at 27-6 here in the third quarter. As Carter Templeton will kick this one away, and the Govs have taken the 21-point lead and starting to not necessarily run away with it yet, but with 7:25 to go, it's looking a lot better here in the second half for the Governors. Be a kick. Bubba Peterson will take it inside the 10-yard line as it'll get out to around the 15 to the 20-yard line, where he is wrapped up and didn't even make it to the 20-yard line. Governors got to him. And a big tackle there for Pierre, as I believe that was going to be number 20 and maybe 26. Well, Porter Hunsley was there, Jet Brewer, and Coulter Babcock as well. Jet Brewer, Porter Hunsley, Coulter Babcock making the tackle.
Yeah, nice job there by the kick coverage team of the Governors in Hunsley, Brewer, and Babcock to make the tackle.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line as the Huron Tigers need something offensively right now. Option play here for McNeil. He's going to pitch it out far side. That was as late as you could go to a pitch without getting tackled or making a mistake on it. It will be positive yards for the Tigers. And I believe the pitch went out to Holst. It did, so it's a gain of about 6, and it's going to be 2nd and 4. As they'll get to around the 25-yard line.
Yeah, you're right. That was a late pitch. Typically, you only see a pitch that late when you're running triple option like Navy did and has for a number of years.
We'll call it a gain of 7, 2nd and 3 from the 26-yard line. 7:10 to go, 7:11 to go with the clock stopped right now here in the third quarter. Man goes in motion, 3 receivers now on the near side. McNeil looked to pass out here in the flat. The catch will be made, but quickly wrapped up by Kellen Hansen. And a short gain, maybe a cramp as well, as the catch was made by Mason Juergens. He was able to work that cramp out quickly. He was stretching his leg out like he had been cramped. As they'll get out to around the 29-yard line, a gain of 3. And it will be enough for a first down, though.
Yeah, Kellen Hansen's really flying all over the field tonight, John. An interception already for the senior safety, and he's got team-high 6 tackles so far.
6:37 to go here in the third quarter. 1st and 10 now from the 29-yard line in Huron territory as the Governors lead 27-6. McNeil back to pass, looking to take a shot. That throw will be behind the intended receiver. Carson Stosher was in coverage, and he threw it behind the big, tall receiver of Porish, and it's 2nd and 10.
I think that was Elwine was the intended receiver on that one. But
you're correct.
Good coverage regardless by Stosher. Right near Elwine was Stosher. Elwine's a big target like we talked about, 6'9", and he was running across the middle. Just a little bit of miscommunication between him and McNeil.
6:25 to go here in the third quarter. 2nd and 10 for the 29-yard line. Tigers are trying to get themselves set up offensively. Play clock still over 10 seconds. McNeil will get the snap. He's looking to throw. Now he's going to be flushed out of the pocket, rolling to his left, still rolling. Now he's just going to throw it away, up in the air, looking for a completed catch, but I think they're going to say he was out of bounds. And it will fall incomplete. 3rd down and 10 here for the Huron Tigers.
Yeah, regardless of if they call that a catch or not, it's going to be 3rd down. Good pressure there by Bucci to kind of force that throw.
And that almost, I see where McNeil is going, but it was such a high floating throw that it could have turned out harder or not as good as just an incomplete pass.
Yep, and it will go down as an incomplete pass.
So it's 3rd and 10 from the 29-yard line with 5:51 to go here in the third quarter. Governors lead it by 21. They're trying to put a stranglehold on this ball game. Pistol formation here for McNeil. 10 seconds to go on the play clock. Two receivers here on the near side. Play clock down to 5. McNeil, that snap goes over his head. He will fall on top of it. The ball still squirts out. Do the Governors have it or not? I think the Tigers do fall on top of it, and it'll be a long loss, and it's going to be 4th down. So Huron does come away with it, so they will have to punt the ball away regardless. But it's going to be 4th down, and Huron's rather punt the ball away than have the Governors have it 1st and goal inside the 10-yard line. They'll spot him at the 6, so a loss of 23.
Yeah, just a snap that went over the head of McNeil from the center by the Tigers in Charlie Martin. And that's a big loss, and that one almost gets over the head of the punter.
Almost was blocked as well. It will be a short punt, and it will be on the far side of the field. The Governors will have great field position as they're going to have it near the red zone already. Not going to be a long punt. The Governors take over with 4:59 to go here in the third. They're leading by 21, 27-6 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schoffelbein scoreboard.
Yeah, nice job by the punter and Colby Hofer, the senior, for the Tigers to, 1, corral the snap, and 2, to get it away. Wasn't a great punt, but a good job just to get it away and at least make the Governors go farther than they would have otherwise.
They're going to spot him right at the 20-yard line. 2 guys in the backfield. Stalley, actually 3 guys are in the backfield. Stalley will move out in motion out of the left side. Lounsbury will roll that way. He'll throw, looking for Stalley, or maybe trying to throw it as well for Aiden Beam. Stalley slipped and fell, overthrowing the top of Aiden Beam. So either way, it goes incomplete, and it's 2nd down and 10 from the 20.
Yeah, just a tough play there as Stalley slips and falls on the grass here at Hollister Field. One of the lone all-grass fields that we see.
But we also only played 2 games on turf all season with Aberdeen and them Brookings coming up in a couple weeks.
That's true.
We got Sturgis and Douglas, the only other 2 teams that have grass field. We're actually playing them on the road. Pistol formation, 2nd and 10 from the 20-yard line with 4:54 to go in the third quarter. Rouse will get the handoff, slips through 1 tackler, busts out to the far side of the field. He's getting spun around, and he'll be dropped just short of the 1st down marker, but a good gain there from Rouse that could have been a loss in the backfield. He was able to step through it, and Rouse will end up getting about a gain of 6 to 7, and it's 3rd down and manageable here for the Governors.
Yeah, you're right. A nice job of slipping the tackle by Rounds in the backfield, and he's able to pick up positive yardage, officially 6 on the ground there, making it 3rd and 4 from the Tiger 14.
Pistol formation again here, under just getting close to the 4-minute mark. Huron almost jumped but didn't cross the line of scrimmage. Play clock is under 10. Lounsbury will bring Twilliger into the near the line. Play clock down to 3. Handoff for Rounds. He slips to a tackler inside the 5-yard line, inside the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal as he picks up about 5 to 6 yards from the 14. And the Governors will have 1st and goal here, trying to make this near a 28-point game with an extra point on top of it.
Yeah, nice play there by Rounds. Again, doing a nice job of making guys miss in the backfield, and he's able to pick up positive yardage. Officially, they're going to spot him at approximately the 10-yard line, making it 1st and goal for the Govs regardless.
Pistol formation here for Lounsbury. 3:40 to go in the third quarter. Play action. Lounsbury will step up. Rolls to his left. The throw, the catch is made, and near the goal line, but not quite in. And it'll be 2nd down and goal. Scheffelbein will make his 4th grab, and only the 2nd time he's made a catch without, I think that was Elijah Bucci that made the catch, excuse me. So Bucci makes his 1st catch of the night and picks up about 5 to 6 yards, 2nd and goal from around the 3-yard line.
Looks like we're going to need a penalty maybe here, though.
They call it number 51, which would be Carter Helmbrecht, but I don't know if it may be 61, Max Bogenhagen, potentially you could call for the penalty, but either way, it backs up the Governors as they'll be around the 15 to 17-yard line. And so 1st and goal still, though, make that Now, first and goal still here for the Governors from around the 15, 16-yard line. The Lounsbury, the throw, that ball is tipped. He was looking to go over the middle for George Stalley. It was tipped at the line and up in the air and ends up falling incomplete. So it's now second and goal from the round 16 with 3:09 to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, good job by the Huron defensive line of getting their hands up, tipping the pass, and that ball had a chance to be intercepted because it went up in the air behind Stalley, but ball falls to the grass here at Hollister Field, setting up 2nd and 10.
Lounsbury will go back to pass. The throw, Twilliger off the hands, and he couldn't complete the catch, and it rolls in the end zone. So it's now 3rd down and goal from the 15-yard line, and from around the from the 15, 16-yard line, you think about where that's at, about a 33-yard field goal from where it's at right now for Carter Templeton. You're up by 21. Maybe it'd be a time to take it to see what Templeton's got in his leg. Maybe you're looking, but right now you're looking to try and get the end zone or at least pick up some positive yards to make that decision a little bit tougher to make. Lounsbury will throw, looking for the end zone. That'll be up. Stalley makes the catch, slides in the end zone for a touchdown. His 2nd touchdown grab of the ball game. And George Stalley from about 16 yards out makes it 20, make that 33-6.
Yeah, nice grab by Stalley. Looked like the defender in his face was actually a little bit bigger than he was, but good job of going up, high pointing the football, making the play. And that extends the lead here to 33-6, possibly 34 if Templeton's able to bang this one through.
186 yards passing now for Caleb Lounsbury with 4 touchdown throws, as Carter Templeton's extra point will be up and good to make it 34-6. Governors lead it by 28 with 2:59 to go here in the third quarter. Back in a minute. Make that back in 30 seconds here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Comtech is a total technology solutions provider. Comtech is ready to get technology to work for you, not against you. Stop into Comtech to see our selection of TVs, home audio systems, computers, and security systems. They have brand names like Samsung, Bose, Sonos, and Lenovo, just to name a few. Comtech has what you're looking for in technology. Stop in at 1601 Lowell Avenue in Pierre or visit their website at comtechplus.com. Comtech, your trusted technology solutions provider.
So the Pierre Governors end up going 6 plays, went just 20 yards, but they get the 16-yard throw and catch from Caleb Lounsbury to George Stalley, and now take a 34-6 lead on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schoffelbein scoreboard. As we close in on the 9 o'clock hour, the Governors up by 28, 34-6. They're one stop and a score away from potentially getting the running clock started, which would be more for the fourth quarter with only 2:59 remaining in the third, but still could get run time going in this fourth quarter. Carter Templeton will kick this one away here for the Governors. Low line drive kick. It'll roll its way to around the 12-yard line, where it's picked up by Peterson. He missed the first tackle, and then he will be wrapped up and thrown down at around what will be the 25-yard line, where Huron will set up shop on their next possession. And with 2:53 left to go, Blake, I think now you're challenging the defense to go get one stop, and you're going to challenge the offense to get at least one more touchdown and make this a 35-point game. You're not trying to run the score up on Huron, but how the first quarter went for the Governors, how the first game went for Pierre offensively, that you're going to challenge this team to go out and try and get a 35-point lead.
Yeah, and I think that would be huge for the confidence of this team if they're able to build up a lead to get to runtime.
This McNeil will throw it towards, as that one will end up being broken up by Kellen Hansen, but a pass interference penalty will come in, as Hansen was there to break it up, but maybe got there just a bit too early and give 15 yards on the penalty. We'll hear from our official.
Pass interference. Defense, number 2. 15-yard penalty will result in first down.
So 15-yard penalty on the pass interference to Kellen Hansen. It'll be 1st and 10 here for the Huron Tigers, as this is their best offensive drive right now in the second half, out to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, this is best drive of the second half. Good field position now after the penalty. And let's see if the Tigers can move the ball like they did a couple of times in the first half.
2:48 to go here in the third quarter as McNeil will hand it off to Holst. He'll get it out to the far side, able to get outside the hash marks and outside the tackle. Slips through one more tackler before he is brought down on the far side of the field, I believe by Schoenhard. And it will be a good gain for Holst near the first down marker at the 50-yard line. It will be enough for a first down on the Governor side of the 50-yard line. So it's 1st and 10 here for the Huron Tigers as the clock will continue to roll with now 2:30 remaining here in the third quarter. 1st and 10 from the Governor side of the 50-yard line for Huron. They're in desperate need of a score.
Yep. Big drive for the Tigers right now.
Shotgun formation. McNeil look to pass. That throw, the catch will be made here on the near sideline. Winiger will be out to around the 40-yard line. Another near gain of 10. And it will be make that line decker that made the catch. And it'll be a first down again, gain of 10.
Yeah, just a nice chunk play there as McNeil's able to get the ball into the hands of Leyendecker, and he is able to make the play for another first down for the Tigers.
Now 108 yards passing for McNeil, 16 of 36 with 2 interceptions and a touchdown pass so far. Pistol formation here for McNeil with 1:45 left to go in the third quarter. He'll backpedal. He's flush in the pocket. He'll just throw it away, and it will be incomplete. And it will end up being 2nd and 10.
I didn't think that ball got past the line of scrimmage, so.
Well, the line, whether it hit the coach or near Trip Lindenkugel as well, he was right at the line of scrimmage, so the ball was going to carry past the line of scrimmage when it would have landed, and he was on the near sideline as well. But 2nd and 10.
So it's where it's supposed to land then.
I think it's where it lands.
Okay.
Out, whether it be in play, or at least in the NFL or in college, it's got to be extended out past the line of scrimmage. As McNeil will throw it here the near side, or far side on a screen pass, maybe out to the far side of the field. As Holst will make the catch, but he's not going to get any yardage. Maybe lost one to the 41-yard line, and it's going to be 3rd down and long here for the Tigers. They're going to spot him back at the 41, so lost the one here for Holst.
Bucci on the tackle for the Governors.
He's made 3 catches, but he's lost 11 yards. He's not had a positive catch so far for Holst. 3 catches for minus 11 yards as the game clock rolls within the last minute of this third quarter. 3rd and 11 from the Governor 41-yard line, moving from left to right. 2 receivers here on the near side. Shotgun formation for McNeil. Might be passing for the 38th time tonight. He's rolling to his right, still rolling. Now he's going to have to throw the ball away again, and that will land incomplete, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
Good pressure there by Bucci. And again, McNeil's just going to have to throw it out of bounds, and that will make it 4th down and 11 for the Tigers. This is 4-down territory for the Tigers right now. And it looks like Leyendecker, the senior wide receiver, is down on the field. Looks like just a cramp, though, hopefully, as the training staff is stretching him out.
I think he's got a cramp in both of his legs right now, which is bad enough to have one cramp, and then you get in the second leg on top of it.
Yeah.
Then you really feel like you can't do anything. So
yep.
They're going to stretch him out and make sure that they can get the cramps out with 50 seconds left to go here in the third quarter in a 34-6 lead. 4th and 11, where you're sitting at the 41. Obviously, we didn't really see a whole lot of change if they're going to punt the ball away or if they're going to go for it. And you're down by 28. Where you're sitting at right now, you almost feel like you might as well go for it and see if you can get something to get yourself momentum into the fourth quarter. But it does look like maybe, McNeil's still out there. I think they're gonna go for it here on 4th and 11, and why not at the Governor 41?
Yeah, you're on, or you're in your opponent's territory and you're down by 28. You definitely go for it here if you're the Tigers.
3 receivers here on the near side. 50 seconds to go in the third quarter. Pistol formation. McNeil will move Holst out in motion out to the left side. So an empty backfield here now. Holst will make that McNeil. Throws over the middle. That one's broken up. Kellen Hansen got over to it. He got a pass interference call to start the possession and ends the possession with a pass breakup. And the Governors will take over at their own 41 with 46 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
Good pressure there by Bucci, forcing the throw early. And another flashy play by the senior safety in Kellen Hansen. He is all over the field right now, and another Governor you're going to want to watch out for is Kellen Hansen.
So now 1st and 10 from the Governor 41. If they do score and get the extra point, the running clock will start regardless of where we stand, whether it still be in the third or fourth quarter, as Lounsbury will bobble the snap, still got the handoff, and then the ball came out right at the very end, but I think he was down, as it'll be no gain for Trevor Rounds on that first down carry. 2nd down and 10 from the 41.
Yeah, a little bit of a botched snap there from Lounsbury and a little bit of a poor exchange to Rounds, so I don't think anybody really had the ball cleanly at all on that play, but clock's going to run, and I think the Govs are maybe going to get one more play in here at the end of the third.
15 seconds to go. Lounsbury will throw, and here near side for Twilliger, jump ball, and he will fall, and it will fall incomplete as well. And it brings up 3rd down and 10 from the 40-yard line with 11 seconds to go. Twilliger's, after having 10 catches in game 1, just 2 catches so far for 32 yards, but he didn't kind of help that offense get the spark that they needed with that first catch of 31 yards. That was their first real positive play of the night, which then turned into the last play of the first quarter, and the second play of the second quarter. The first play of the second quarter turned into a touchdown for the Governors. So now it's 3rd and 10 from the 41-yard line. Governors leading 34-6. 11 seconds to go here in the third. Lounsbury back to pass again. Throws over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. Maybe looking for Twilliger, maybe looking for Shufflebein on top of that, but both fall incomplete. And it's now 4th down and 10. The Governors will put the ball away with a 3 and outs.
Yeah, good pressure there from the Tiger front, and that was what I think forced the throw early out of the hand of Lounsbury, because, like you said, that throw was a little bit of behind and too high for Terwilliger and too low, short, and in front of Shufflebein.
As Stalley will punt the ball away. Good punt there from Stalley. Takes a Governor hop as it's going to roll all the way down towards the end zone, and it rolls just in. Barely a yard into the end zone, and it will be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line.
Yeah, George Stalley just a little bit too strong on that one off the leg. If he hits that a little bit softer, that's probably about as good a punt as you can get there. Golf swing is what you would look at there, but unfortunately, that rolls into the end zone for a touchback, and the Tigers will take over at their own 20 or 25-yard line to start the fourth quarter.
So we will return with the fourth quarter after this, back in a minute here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Has it been years since you've been to the dentist? Are you afraid to see a dentist? If so, you are among many people who feel this way. Hi, I am Dr. Michelle Hofer of Missouri River Dentistry. At our office, we pride ourselves as an office that uses a personal touch to offer gentle dentistry, tailored to fit each patient's needs. We do so by utilizing state-of-the-art equipment and methods which allow the patients to feel comfortable. So whether it has been many years or 6 months since your last dental visit, your oral health is important. We invite you to call us at Missouri River Dentistry, 223-2021, 223-2021.
34-6 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard, as is the fourth quarter. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line for the Huron Tigers. Governors had just a 13-6 lead at the end of the half. They scored 21 unanswered points in that third quarter, and they now lead it by 28. Pistol formation, shotgun, or the snap was going to be low, but picked up by McNeil. Holst trying to push his way through, and a good solid run on 1st down from Holst as he'll get to around the 28-29-yard line, gain of 9 on that first play of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, nice run there by Holst. He's run pretty angry all night. He's gotten a total of 63 yards on 9 carries so far, so angry running for Holst thus far, and maybe a guy that the Tigers will look to in future games to put the ball in his hands a little bit more often.
And Bubba Peterson was the starting running back, but he's only had just 1 carry for 4 yards. As Holst now, but McNeil dropped down to a knee, so he will actually lose yards back to inside the 25 to the 24. Ends up being a loss of 5. And I had just looked up to see, and I don't know if the snap was a little bit offline or if McNeil had to pick it up from the ground and had his knee down. But it ends up being a loss of 5, and it's now 3rd down. Well, maybe call a loss of 4 to the 25-yard line, and it's 3rd down and 5. So 3rd and 5 from the 25 with 10:45 to go here in the 4th quarter. Shotgun formation, play action. That ball is batted down by Elijah Bucci. Right off the big left paw of E.J. Bucci. And it's 4th down here for Huron, and they might go 3 and out here, but down by 28 from your own 25-yard line, you're not really concerned about playing field position anymore. You got to go get it. But I still think they're going to bring the punting unit out, because they also know if they don't get this first down, it's going to be not a walk-in, but it's going to be much easier for the Governors to take a 35-point lead.
Yeah. It'll be a lot less yardage to chew up for the offense of the Governors if the Tigers go for it and don't get it here in Governor territory.
So we might make that Colby Hofer to punt the ball away. It'll be a line drive kick as George Staley will scramble away from it as the Tigers will let that roll inside the Governor 30-yard line. And I know both coaches probably don't care to hear it, but we've seen some pretty good punting from both these teams tonight. But at the same, you don't want to hear it because you don't want to hear your punter to ever really have to go out there. But if you're going to see your punter go out, I think both coaches are pretty happy with what George Staley and Colby Hofer have been able to do punting-wise.
Yeah, they've really flipped the field. Both punters have, and that just gives you a positive sense that if you need to, you can flip field position on both sides of the ball.
Lounsbury will throw off the hands of Staley as he was trying to cut back and fall to the ball, and it falls incomplete, just a little bit behind Staley on that throw. 2nd down and 10 from the 27-yard line, officially where the Governors set up shop on this drive with 10:24 to go now here in the 4th quarter. 11 for 24 for 186 yards and 4 touchdowns for Caleb Lounsbury. Twilliger will come in motion to be on the line. Handoff for Rounds up the middle, slip through 2 tacklers. He falls forward to around the 34-yard line, a gain of about 7 for Rounds. And it's 3rd down and manageable here for the Governors.
Yeah, good run there by Rounds, picking up a bunch of positive yards, and it's going to be a long 3 yards to pick up here for the Govs on 3rd down, but it's better to be a long 3 than a short 4.
And the Huron Tigers jump, and the Governors will pick up those yards, and they will have 1st down. An encroachment will be called.
Good ball, encroachment, the defense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Looked like Charlie Martin, the junior linebacker, was one of the ones that was maybe guilty of the offsides call there.
They had originally, the referee had said still 3rd down, but then he realized that those 5 yards were going to push them past the sticks. So it's now 1st and 10 from the Governor 39-yard line with 9:40 left to go and counting. Rounds will get the handoff again. Right up the middle. Rounds breaks free into the secondary, and that last line of defense was able to bring him down, but not before he gets into Tiger territory at the 49, 48-yard line. A good gain there for Rounds on that 1st down run as he'll pick up 12, 13 yards on that run.
Yeah, good run there for Rounds. I thought if he maybe would have cut that back to the right, he had a lane that probably was nothing but green grass in front of him, but regardless, he goes straight up the gut for 13 and continues to chew clock for the Govs and pick up another 1st down.
Now 13 yards of matching last week's run, within 13 yards of matching last week's rushing total. Here's a quick throw to Twilliger. He'll make the catch. There is a flag down. Twilliger is still on his feet at the 25-yard line. He made about 5 guys miss before he was brought down, but there is a flag right back at the 50-yard line, 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and I think that's going to come back as quick as it was thrown. The Governors are starting to head back that way. Baxter Schremp is called for the hold, and it will back the Governors up 10 yards from the 48s and back in their own territory, as they'll be spotted at the 42 now in Governor territory.
God, that must have been a quick hold by Schremp, because that ball was in and out of the hands of Lounsbury and into the hands of Terwilliger on the near sideline.
So 1st and 20 from the Governor 42. They have to get to the Tiger 38-yard line. Pistol formation, low snap. Lounsbury will pick it up. That quick throw, that one's dropped by Scheffelbein. And 2nd down now and 20 from the Governor 42. And one where Scheffelbein probably felt like he had some open space to take off with it, and seeing the ball get to your hands, but not seeing it all the way into your hands before you start to take off.
I think he was just trying to keep the Randy Moss stat line intact with the 3 catches and 2 touchdowns for over 100 yards.
I was going to say, that stat line is pretty good to have, and yeah, it could have been. Maybe he knows what his stats are right now. Browns will get the handoff. He'll spin through a tackler. Looked like he was dead in the rights to pick up a whole lot of yards, and he'll gain a chunk play to the Tiger 47-yard line. He'll pick up those 10 yards plus 1. 11-yard gain for Rounds, and it's 3rd down and 9 now. Manageable more for the Governors.
Yeah, nice job of running there by Rounds. Another chunk play there. He's able to up his total now to 12 carries for 68 yards on that 12-yard run there, or 11-yard run, I guess I should say.
So 3rd down and 9, trying to get the Tigers maybe to jump. Lounsbury will look back over to the sideline with 8:10 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Play clock was under 10. Lounsbury will throw to the far side of the field. The catch is made for a 1st down, and it will be then some for the Governors as they get out to around the 35-yard line, as Lincoln Dilgis will make his 1st catch tonight. And a nice chunk play again from the 47-yard line to the 35, a gain of 12 for Dilgis.
Yeah, nice play there by Lincoln Dilgis. Just kind of sat in the middle of the zone because the Tigers were playing drop coverage or off coverage to try to prevent the 1st down. Sat down in front of it and picked up the rest with his legs. Yak monster there by Lincoln Dilgis for a 1st down.
Jet sweep pass for George Stalley. He'll pick up 5 yards to around the 30. 2nd down and 5. Another catch for Stalley in the backfield. He's got 58 yards on 7 catches, and now in the 200 mark for Lounsbury again. 203 yards unofficially for Caleb Lounsbury on 13 of 27 throwing, which was right where he was. Well, he was 23 of 37, so 13 for 27 right now for Lounsbury with 7:10 left to go here in the 4th quarter. 2nd and 5 from the 30-yard line. Twilliger will move to the line. Lounsbury will go back to pass. Now he'll throw, making the catch in space to the end zone. Aiden Beam, a touchdown, Governors. Beam 1st catch goes for 31 yards, and the Governors now lead it by 34 with a chance to make it a 35-point lead with the extra points.
Yeah, I don't know what. I think that was just a blown coverage there by the Tigers, because they lost Aiden Beam going on a dig route toward the near sideline, and he got all the way behind the defense, behind everybody, and Lounsbury hits him in stride. Beam watches it into the hands and puts it into the end zone for a touchdown to make it a 34-point lead, possibly 35 off the foot of Templeton here.
Big extra point. The kick is up. It is good, so it is a 35-point lead for the Governors with 6:58 left to go here in the 4th quarter. Back in 30 seconds here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
As we welcome you back, it is a 41-6 lead here at Hollister Field. The Pierre Governors lead the Huron Tigers. John Winkler alongside Blake Dean, and now the running clock will, once the kick is made and they get the play going, the running clock will be active for the rest of this ball game, and the Governors, with just under 7 minutes to go, will be able to maybe get some of those second team unit guys in to close out this ball game.
Yeah, this will be a nice confidence boost for the Govs to get the running clock going with just under 7 minutes to go. Got to make you feel good and give you some confidence, especially going into next week's really big game against Watertown Arrows here at Hollister Field.
Yeah, we'll make sure we have a score update before we get off the air, or when it goes final as well, because Watertown was beating Yankton in that earlier at halftime when we checked the score. This will be a return out to around the 24-yard line. That clock will continue to run. Huron Tigers will have to go near 75 yards down the field with under 6:40 to go here in the fourth quarter, with the Governors leading 41-6 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard.
Runner tackled by number 32, 39, Jacob O'Neill.
Jacob O'Neill on the tackle there for the Govs, as well as Aiden Beam. But as far as scores go, we'll pull those up for you before Huron starts this drive at the 11AA level. Watertown up with 4 minutes to go in the fourth, 27-13 over the Yankton Bucks.
This will be option to the left side, and there is no chance for Holst, who will lose yards back to the 19, a loss of 5, as the Governors were rallying to the football on that one, and a couple of guys making the big play.
Hudson Schaefer was in there, as was Bucci. Nice job on the option play for the Tigers to stop them for a loss.
The 2nd and 15 from the 19-yard line, with now 5:40 remaining and counting with the running clock here in the fourth quarter. Stay tuned for the post-game show. We'll talk to our players of the game, as there'll be a handoff looking to go up the middle and nothing doing again for the Huron Tigers. As the Governors, looks like Max Hunsley was that Jacob O'Neill again? That was O'Neill to make the tackle. As Holst does not pick up much of anything, ends up being no gain. And it's 3rd down and 15 now here for the Huron Tigers, with under 5 minutes to go now here in the fourth quarter. But stay tuned. We'll talk to players of the game. We'll also talk with Coach Steve Steele, and we'll give you final scores, whether it be final scores of their games or the final check of scores before we get off the air. Shotgun formation, make that pistol formation here. McNeil drops back to pass. He'll throw down the near sideline to the sideline. The catch was made. Was he inbounds? And he was. Porish makes a great sideline grab to get the first down on 3rd down and 16, 3rd down and 15, all the way to the 42-yard line. And what a grab there by Porish.
Yeah, that was a really tough play there by Anderson Porish. Nice throw there by McNeil, throwing it to where only Porish could make the play, and he did. He shows you why he's going to be a really good athlete somewhere, more than likely on the basketball court.
And a 23 on that play, as this will be a handoff up the middle, trying to get the left side. Again, Holst has got nowhere to go as the Governors were able to wrap him up. Kellen Hansen was there on the tackle, as well as also Hudson Schaefer. And it is 2nd down and 10 with under 4 minutes to go, with no gain for Holst.
Yeah, I think that's one of the first times that I can recall, at least in a long time, that Holst has been tackled behind the line of scrimmage or at the line of scrimmage, as he's really done a good job of carrying the rock for the Tigers here tonight.
3:30 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Governors will go to 2-0 on the season. Looks like Porter Hunsley is getting loose here on the near sideline, whether he's going to go in for a couple snaps or not. That might depend on just where the drive ends for the Huron Tigers. That throw is going to be intercepted. Coulter Babcock's got it to the 30, 25, 20, 15 to the 10. He's not going to get in, but Babcock's got his 3rd interception. He says, I'm not going to get 2 interceptions in a game again. Well, he almost got a pick 6 in a game.
Yeah, so much for that, Coulter. Man, what a nice play. Again, just kind of sitting down, being kind of stealthy in the middle of the defense. Quarterback doesn't see him, sticks up the hands. Leading the team in interceptions is Babcock now with 3. And he about, like you said, takes that all the way back for a pick 6.
So the freshman Porter Hunsley now will be in the backfield as the quarterback for the Governors. What will probably be their final drive. A handoff will go up the middle. And that was near the goal line. It was 1st and goal from the 7, by the way. That's where Babcock took the return all the way back to the 7. And the first run That was by Carter Merrill.
Trevor Rounds tackled.
And Merrill will pick up about 3 yards to the 4. This will be his first positive carry. Second and goal from the 4-yard line. Hunsley will keep it. He's going to try and get in the end zone. He's going to have himself his first varsity touchdown. Porter Hunsley into the end zone, the quarterback keeper from 4 yards out.
Touchdown by Porter Hunsley.
Yeah, nice carry there by Hunsley. He makes the play. Good job by the second team offense to get in there and put the ball into the painted grass once again, making the score 47-6 officially, possibly 48 if Templeton's able to boot this through.
So the Govs, who led by just 7, 13-6 at halftime, have now opened up a 48-6 lead with the extra point good from Carter Templeton. And with 2:01 to go here in the fourth quarter, we'll keep it here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. The Governors have had a strong second half, and one of the questions I will ask Coach Steele is maybe what was said at halftime in the locker room, what maybe some of the adjustments, but the Governors have looked like a completely different team here in the second half.
They really have, and that's what good teams do. That's what championship DNA is all about, and you make the adjustments. Maybe you light a fire under your guys at halftime and say, are we going to prove to our fans and the opposing team that we are the number one team in the state? Do we deserve to be the number one team in the state? And the answer from this Governor football team in the second half has been an emphatic yes.
So the Governors will kick off with 2:01 left to go. As we'll have, again, players of the game coming up. We'll talk with some of the players. We'll also talk with Coach Steve Steele. And we will see, as we're trying to also figure out exactly who we're going to have come up here to talk with us at the end of this game. We've got several. We talked to several guys anyway, we'll see exactly who we'll bring up, and we'll try and figure that out here in the next couple minutes. Sometimes we have that conversation out loud during the game, but this will be a kick here from Templeton, picked up by Peterson as he'll get out to around the 22, 23-yard line, and it will be with 1:50 to go. The clock will continue to run. The Governors are less than 2 minutes away from going to 2-0 in the season, and a little bit of a scare in the first half, Blake, but as the Governors do, and as he mentioned, championship teams make the adjustments when they need to, and the Governors made the adjustments in that locker room to get the big win, now up by 42 points.
Yeah, defense has really turned it on in the second half. They brought a lot of pressure, forced a lot of back foot throws from McNeil, and has now led to 3 interceptions. And to your point, offense is really starting to roll. They're starting to get the ground game going a little bit, and Lounsbury's really throwing it well through the air in the second half.
Far side run here for the Tigers with maybe one more play after this one. It'll be a gain of about 9 or 10, and it will bring up seconds and short. Maybe they'll call first down. They don't really need to measure at this point with 55 seconds to go. They will give a first down. And so it'll be 1st and 10 from the Tiger 32-yard line with just one more play left to go here before we can put a wrap to this ball game. First and 10, shotgun formation here. One more snap in this ball game. A handoff, trying to go up the middle, nowhere to go. Well, maybe the ball came out as well. With 20 seconds left to go, they're going to see who it might have been recovering. I think it is Huron that has it. But now with only 20 seconds left, that should put us to the end of the ball game. It ends up being a loss of about 2.
Runner stopped by number 55.
And with 7 seconds to go, the Huron Tigers will not snap it again. The Governors were leading by 7, 13-6 at the end of the first half. They finish out the ball game, outscoring here on the second half, 35-0. They win it 48-6, and to go to 2-0 in the season. Back in 3 minutes with the postgame show. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. Now is the time to order your new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles, plus a good selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and auto body shop with trained technicians, along with a friendly financing team that'll work with you to find the best deal and one that'll fit your budget. Wagner Auto is your local full-service family-owned dealership for over 115 years. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
As we welcome you back and into the postgame show, the Pierre Governors with a 48-6 win. The American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. We will talk to our players of the game coming up here in just a moment. John McClure alongside Blake Dean. And Blake, we looked at some of the stats here. We could go through the stats as well before the players come up here. But the one big thing that stands out, the Governors had 200 yards of offense in the second half. Huron Tigers had 37 yards of offense in the second half, and you outscored by 35 points.
Yeah, that's the difference in the ball game right there is, Governor offense really started to turn things around in the second half. And like we talked about, the defense, they got a lot of pressure right away in the face of quarterback and McNeil. That forced a lot of back foot throws, a lot of turnovers. Governors were set up with short field as a result, and they made the most of it. They put the ball in the end zone quite a bit, 35 points in the second half. And like you said, that was the difference in the ball game was a big second half because the Govs were only up by 7 at halftime. And this looked like it was going to be a really close ball game at the half. And Govs really dialed up that pressure defensively, forced the turnovers they needed to, got a lot of short field, and were able to cash in as a result.
One of the guys we aren't going to talk to, Cooper Twilliger, got the pick six that got us started in that second half, that got the Governors kind of rolling a little bit. As we start to welcome in our players of the game, we're first going to talk with George Stalley, who has told me numerous times how many times he's going to come up here. But, George, you finished with the 2 touchdown receptions, 58 yards on 7 catches. Being able to get that offense going in the second half, how important was it for you and for this team to get the offense going as much as you did?
Oh, that was just a huge confidence booster for us. Coming into Watertown after they just beat Yankton, it's a huge game this week, huge confidence coming in after playing that great second half. So, really good. We feel good about it now. We got all the kinks, moved out of the way. We're good.
George, how are you feeling as far as, we saw you go down in the Aberdeen game, didn't play a whole lot of defense in that, after you went out that game. A lot more offense today rather than playing both sides of the ball. How are you feeling as far as physically?
I'm a little beat up. Casey's got me taped up to the point where I can't even feel my toes on both feet. I don't even know what happened, but I dislocated a toe. Had to get that all taped up today. But, yeah, Thor kept me out of defense today. Just, health reasons. We got some big games coming up. Got the big stretch for us, so just a safety.
Well, and defensively too, you guys had a 7-point lead at halftime, 13-6, and for the offense that was trying to get yourself going, and then you score 35 points with 28 of them coming on the offensive side. How good is it for your defense, and how good is it for this offense to see the defense be able to keep Huron down to give you guys that chance to get things figured out and take the pressure off you guys?
Oh, that was huge. I mean, after Coop got that pick 6 right away, I mean, I knew that was the momentum booster. I knew that just changed everything. And then Shufflebein went out and made some huge plays for us. And then defense was held strong. I mean, Coulter, if he had some wheels, he would have got another pick 6.
Oh, man.
Had to go after him. He knows I love him, though.
George, between running back a kick, catching a touchdown pass, or running one in, if you had to choose your favorite of one of those three, what's your favorite way to score?
Well, I haven't got to experience the kick yet. I'm hoping. I got pretty close a couple times today, but I mean, the head top touchdown that doesn't not much tops that. So, with the student section going crazy after it, looking at them, that was a pretty good feeling.
Well, I was gonna say I kind of expected a little bit more of a celebration, or maybe telling him a little bit more about that afterwards. But
I don't want to get a flag or anything like that. I had to keep it in my little circle that we had. We hit the little celebration after, so just had to keep it a little, chill.
That doesn't sound like George Stallion.
No, I was going to say, wow, that's really mature.
Steele's got me, on a leash. He doesn't let me do much that. John knows my real personality.
Yeah, well, that is for sure. But George, congrats on the win. The 2-0 to start the season. Watertown next week. What do you expect from the Arrows?
I expect. Well, they got a lot of seniors. They got a lot of returning dudes, and we played them in the semifinals. And I think they're going to pound the rock. I think they're going to play some smash mouth football. And I think our line's going to have to step up. Our linebackers on the defensive side, and then on the offensive side, our line. We got to get that run game established, because once we get that going, then we can get the playmakers out there, and we showed what we can do today with our quarterback, and just we can do whatever we want if we get that run game going, and then defense just don't get fooled on the play action when it comes.
Well, George, congratulations on the win, 2-0 to start the season, and I'm sure we'll talk again later on this year.
Hopefully. Well, actually, yeah. We'll make that for sure.
Okay, right.
Manifest it.
That is George Stallion, our first player of the game. We'll now talk to the quarterback in Caleb Lounsbury, who threw for over 200 yards again, 5 touchdown passes in this game with 2 to Shufflebein, 1 to Beam, and 2 to Stally. Again, you guys slowed the offense going in that first half, got the second half rolling. Did you feel more comfortable in that second half? Take us through a little bit of getting that offense going in the second half.
Coming into the first half, I almost feel like we thought we had the win already. And when they showed that it wasn't going to be an easy win, we went in at halftime and we had to get fired up. I knew it was time to show out and show what we can actually do. And once Coop got that pick 6, I knew that was a big momentum shift, and everybody kind of built up their energy from that, and everything just kept fluid motion, and everything happened perfectly.
Caleb, on that first pass that you had to Coop on the near sideline here, that to start that first scoring drive that you guys had, which was a 2-play drive, really. How much confidence did that give you and the offense as a whole once you saw that pass, land in Coop's arms, and just say, or how much confidence did that give you to say, okay, now we can start to, air it out a little bit and hit guys in stride?
It gave us a lot of confidence, actually, but you kind of always know if Coop's getting the ball, everybody's going to get fired up, because Coop is one big energy guy, and he loves to show energy.
Well, and we talked with George, too, and asked that question. Defensively, you guys were able to hold Huron to 6 points, but as the offense was trying to get yourself going, that's got to give you a little bit more confidence, a little bit easier to get going, because you've got don't have as much stress on you when the defense is playing as well as it is.
Absolutely, yeah. Sorry, what was the question? I kind of...
No, you're good. Let's talk about the defense, how well they played to help you guys to get going.
Keeping them to 6 points was really big on the offense, especially with the pick 6. Got everything moving. And then Coulter on that pick at the end of the game kind of sealed the deal, and everybody was fired up.
Yeah, Caleb, how nice was it, especially in that second half, to kind of play off of that question? Defense is playing really well. That sets you guys up a lot of times for the majority of that second half with a lot of short fields, and you guys were able to cash in. How we talked about the confidence in that first half once you saw the ball land in Coop's arms on that first long catch. How nice is it to have short fields for the majority of the second half where you're able to, not necessarily have to march the length of the field to score?
It's really nice because when we can get the ball on the 30 and only have to, 1 or 2 passes, it makes it really easy on the offense, and the game just flies by.
You get Watertown next week. What do you expect from them coming up next Friday?
It's not going to be easy. It's going to be a dogfight, but I know we can do it. I know we have the guys. I know we have the talent, and we're going to go get another win.
Was it a lot of fun to throw 5 touchdown passes tonight?
It was very fun.
Well, how fun was it to do it in front of the home crowd?
Especially in front of the home crowd. In the student section, we have a big student section tonight, so it was nice. Very nice.
Well, congrats on the win. Second time we got to talk to you. I'm sure we'll be talking to you a couple more times throughout the year, but congrats on the win.
I hope so. Thank you very much.
As Caleb Lounsbury, the quarterback, will now pass the mic to Carter Scheffelbein, who had 3 catches for 101 yards unofficially and 2 touchdown grabs. A lot of yards in those 3 catches. And take us to the second one, because from my vantage point, it looked like he had no shot at making the catch, and somehow that just drops right in your hands, outstretched arms. Take us through that second touchdown grab.
Perfect ball by the quarterback. I mean, Caleb he's been throwing good balls all night, right to the corner of the pylon, over the shoulder. I mean, you couldn't draw it up any better.
I was going to say, you're coming out with a pretty clean uniform here tonight too, as far as, only tackled once. How nice is that, and how refreshing is that going to be come the end of next week? Granted, you're probably playing, on special teams and maybe defense a little bit as well, but how nice is that to not have your body so dinged up on the offensive side of the ball going into next week?
It really helps that we got guys all around the field that can do it, and we can have a lot of one-way guys, and it really helps the offense flow, the defense flow, and it just keeps everybody fresh all around.
So I could have asked George this question, but I feel I don't want to ask George too many questions that might get himself in trouble and us in trouble. But you guys see the receivers seem to be with a little bit of a celebration in touchdowns. What? Maybe you don't have to tell me exactly what you guys are doing, but is this kind of all planned that you guys kind of have something to do after touchdowns?
Yeah, me, Stolly, Twigs, Booch. We got a little celebration. Well,
were you guys the one flagged for that?
I was
earlier?
Going to say, I was just going to ask that. That was going to be my follow-up question.
I think that was Stosh. That was Stosh on that.
Okay.
Pick 6. So.
Okay, that's true. That's right. That was on the pick 6. So you guys are taking it kind of cautious a little bit. Make sure you don't get any flags, right?
Right. Trying to keep the penalty yards to a minimum.
Watertown coming up next. What do you expect from the Arrows going into next Friday, especially on the Arrow defensive side?
They just got a big win against Yankton. They held them to only a few touchdowns, so their defense is obviously there, and they're a good team. So we're gonna have to get it cleaned up and get ready to go.
Yeah, one more question for you. How nice is it to see the majority of the time when you're out wide, a lot of single coverage with so much of the attention being paid on guys like Cooper and George? How nice is it for you to have the one-on-one coverage on the outside and just have one guy to beat?
Those one-on-ones, they're a lot easier to beat than those mans and zones. And Cooper, he's obviously attracting a lot of attention over there. And George too, he's being his 3rd year starting, he's drawn a bunch of attention too. So a lot of times I can get one-on-one, and usually I can beat a man. So.
Well, hey, congrats on the win. Good to be 2-0 on the season, and we'll see you next Friday here at home against Watertown.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That is
Thanks,
Carter Scheffelbein, as we'll now pass along to Kellen Hansen, who had 2 interceptions? One interception. Take us through that interception.
Just covering a slant route, and I look back, and I see the ball coming my way. Just went up and got it, and tried to go as far as I could, I guess.
Yeah, Kellen, unofficially I had you leading tackler tonight, 10 tackles, like we talked about the pass breakup here. Your defense as a whole, you guys played really well in the second half. 37 total yards we had for Huron in the second half. How much is built from the pressure front from you guys, especially on the back end, to if you guys are getting a lot of pressure up front, how much easier does it make for you guys on the back end?
All the pressure up front just it makes quarterback make bad passes and makes it easier for us DBs to go make plays.
So now we talked to the 3 offensive guys about you guys defensively how it was nice for them to be able to kind of figure out the offense and have that opportunity. For you guys, do you feel like the challenge is there? You're not, obviously you want to see the offense score every time they got on the field, but when they're not scoring, do you feel that's even more of a challenge for you guys and be able to be up for the challenge to help them out, to give them that extra chance to get the offense going?
I feel like it gives us more of a challenge, yeah, but just go out there and play, and no matter what the score is, go out there and make plays and get the offense back on the field.
Yeah, as far as the overall defense, like we talked about, Kellen, that second half especially, you guys really came out and showed out, like we talked about, 37 yards total, but not only you with an interception tonight, but Cooper had one as well, and so did Coulter Babcock. 5 picks through 2 games for the defense so far. How much of that is coverage-based versus how much pressure you guys are creating up front?
I'd say it's a combination of both. The pressure up front definitely helps, but we still have to go make the plays, get those interceptions.
Watertown next week, we've kind of talked to those other guys about their defense. What do you expect from the Watertown offense? I know you probably are going to get into film going there, but what do you kind of expect about their offense?
I expect them to run the ball, throw anything at us they can, and they're just going to play physical, and we got to fight back.
Well, how nice is it to be at Hollister Field to play in front of the home fans and get the big win tonight?
That was pretty nice. The big crowd, it's really nice to see. Lots of support. I guess just like playing in front of a big crowd.
Well, hey, congratulations on the win. 2-0 to start the season. We'll see you next Friday here at home against Watertown.
All right, thank you.
That is Kellen Hansen, our final player of the game, as we will now turn things over to the head coach and Steve Steele. And Coach, our first question is, the conversation at halftime. Obviously, 13-6 lead at the end of the first half. The conversation at halftime to turn into a 35-0 game in the second half. What would, you don't have to take us through everything that was said, but what was some of the things that you guys were able to adjust in the locker room?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty simple. I mean, we kind of kept the offense in there a little late. That's why we got out right at the end there. But really the focal point was just, we got to stop playing like we're afraid to make a mistake, playing scared that we're going to make, mess something up and that we're going to fail. And we just had to be ourselves and go out and play the way we're capable of and just have fun, and I think that was it. We felt like everyone was playing very uptight and very much to not make a mistake as opposed to just going and playing and doing the job the best they can. And I think you saw that coming out in the second half.
Yeah, how much of that, Coach? I think I asked this of a few guys, but especially in that second half, unofficially, I think we had over 200 yards of offense for you guys in that second half, as opposed to 37 for Huron total. How much of that is defense leading to offense getting short fields, punching it in, versus the other way around, where the offense is driving the length of the field and letting the defense get the short field? What is, I guess I don't really know where I was going with that question. How much of that is, as far as the confidence boost coming out of halftime, I guess kind of like we talked about, is it defense that builds up the offense, or the other way around? I guess that was where I was going with that.
I think Cooper's pick really swung a lot of momentum our way. I think that kind of took a little bit of wind out of their sails. And then when we got back, the big plays really sparked. And I think that's kind of the story. I think you're seeing a little bit more with us this year, or you're going to see a little bit more with us, is a little bit more of that quick striker, that chunk play mentality. Because I said it really fed the energy, and then once we kind of got that, we were able to roll a little bit. It's just we can't have such a long dead period before we manufacture that energy. And like I said, we had our opportunities in the first half. We just couldn't get out of our own way. So I think that was a big step of just switching that energy, coming off of our last play of the first half, getting stopped at 4th and goal, to obviously being able to get the ball off that pick and score, and then go right down and keep scoring.
You talk about big chunk plays. Carter Scheffelbein's got 3 catches and averaging 33 yards in those 3 catches for 2 touchdowns. And he is one of handful of guys that can go make those big plays. We've seen this from other years, but now here in 2024, you've got different names than what you did in other years past, but those names can make some big plays for you, and Scheffelbein did that tonight too.
Yeah, I mean, he really did. I mean, the catch over in the corner was just a dime from Caleb, and a really, really good contested catch from Carter. And he's just got that ability. He's got such phenomenal body control. And I think I was telling Coach Spohr, I said the last person I remember that had that body control was related to someone here that's got a microphone on. So, that wasn't related to.
John Winkler?
No, there's.
Oh.
Well,
Okay.
I have a cousin that was a much better football player than the rest of us, but not the rest of us, but the rest of me. But continue.
Yeah, but I think that's the last person I remember would be Bradley that had that kind of body control at receiver. And we've had a lot of good ones over the years, but just the ability to go up and contort their body and find a way to come down with the ball.
Yeah, Coach, as far as, looking at George Staley's stat line, 58 yards on 7 catches, 2 touchdowns as well. A little bit dinged up coming out of the Aberdeen game that we talked about earlier, just kind of as a precautionary reason, kept him just to offense and returning kicks tonight. What does his versatility give you as an offense, because you can line him up basically wherever you want to?
Yeah, and that's the fun part about it. We can kind of try and expose any mismatches that we can see, and we can kind of give a little bit different looks. Obviously his running style when we motion him back there is very different than Trevor's. Trevor ran really, really well in the second half as well. But I just think it's a different element, and it's a little bit different look that you can give defenses, and really kind of just forces them to tell us what they fear most, and then hopefully we can make them wrong, and I guess make them wish they would have feared something else more.
Watertown coming to town on Friday. They picked up a win against Yankton. They're 2-0, and or I guess 1-1. They lost to Jefferson, but 1-0 in AA games. That's a big test for you guys, and you're going to have some tests over the next couple weeks. Every week's a test, but some big tests coming up, and that starts with Watertown on Friday. Before you really get into breaking down the film, what do you expect from the Arrows next week?
Yeah, they're going to be a big physical football team. It's going to be a very big challenge for us, literally a very big challenge for us. They're going to be the biggest team that we've seen, or that we will see even this year. It'll be a fun challenge for us this week, and we'll just have to get after it and see what we think we can put together to match up against it. And I said we've got our own strengths as well, so we'll hopefully find ways to make ours matter more.
As big as Brandon Valley was last year?
I don't know that they're quite that big, but it'll feel that way. They're going to be pretty easily the biggest team in AA.
Well, Coach, I appreciate the time. Congratulations on a 2-0 start to the season. Also, how nice, how big was the crowd here from your perspective, and how nice is it to play at Hollister Field?
Yeah, it's a special place, and it's a full night tonight. It was a beautiful night for football just in general, but crowd makes it that much more beautiful when you turn around and you see all the support behind you.
Well, congrats on the win, 2-0 to start the season. We'll talk to you Wednesday, Coach's Corner, and we'll also have NFL picks coming up on Wednesday, too.
Yeah, shout out to Zach.
Yeah, he's got first
Zach
place
is
right
in
now.
first right now, unless the Packers lost tonight. I guess it's probably still going.
Yes, I think it's still going right now. But
Okay.
yeah,
It was pretty close last time we checked. So
Yeah.
Okay, well, congratulations, Zach. Your evil plan's flip-flopping, I guess. You're winning.
he is
Also,
winning right now. But
I will say, we talked about it earlier on a break. The face, or the individual pictures that you guys have on the play, or on the sheet that you guys are keeping track of scores, fantastic all the way around. Especially his.
Thanks, John.
Yeah.
I was going to say, to be fair, he puts himself in that category too.
That is true.
I look very different in that picture than I do in real life.
Yeah.
I looked like that at one point in real
He
life.
looks like he's 12.
Well, I don't look like
Seen
I'm
your
12
picture.
anymore.
That probably was.
Anyway, Coach, congratulations on the win, and we'll talk to you Wednesday, Coach's Corner.
I guess.
Yeah, that is head coach
Still
Steve
not
Steele.
sick of him.
He is. He just has. He feels like he has to do it. 48-6 is the final score win here for the Pierre Governors over the Huron Tigers. Some quick roundup in stats, as Coach Steele mentioned, with Trevor Rounds running the ball well in the second half. He finished with 68 yards on 12 carries. Carter Shufflebein had the 101 yards, 3 catches, 2 of them for touchdowns. George Staley had 7 catches for 58 yards and 2 touchdowns. Aiden Beam also had a touchdown grab of 30 yards. Lincoln Dilgis added a catch, and Cooper Twilliger added 2 grabs for 32 yards. As Caleb Lounsbury went for over 200 yards, 233 yards unofficially, and 5 touchdown passes, as the Governors had 307 yards of total offense. And Blake, before we get to the end of the broadcast, any score updates that we can pass along as we start to wrap up here this evening? As we'll have a roundup on KCCRradio.com here as the weekend progresses, but some score updates before we get off the air.
Yeah, around the AA scoreboard, we already mentioned that T area had won over Aberdeen Central 39-7, Sturgis over Douglas 42-0. A couple of the guys, our players of the game, mentioned it in the post game. Watertown does defeat Yankton 27-13. Brookings with a 34-0 win over Mitchell. and Rapid City Central and Spearfish as of right now. Rapid City Central with a 22-13 lead over the Spartans with about a minute left in the third quarter as far as the AA scores are concerned, other than, of course, the 48-6 win for the Govs here at Hollister Field tonight. As far as the local teams, Mulbridge Pollock with a 41-32 win, or 41-32 lead, over Miller Highmore Herald with 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Miller Highmore Herald does have the ball down 9 with 9 minutes left in the fourth. Lemon McIntosh with a 38-0 victory over the Potter County Battlers in Lemon, and the Leola Frederick area with a 40-8 victory over the Stanley County Buffaloes in Frederick. And Jones County and Lyman both off this week. They will play each other next week at Jones County Football Field in Murdo.
And Sully Buttes will host Hitchcock-Tulare next Friday as well. They've got their bye week here this week as well. So that will wrap things up for us here from Hollister Field. I guess one more quick question, Blake. Your final thoughts on the win?
Like we talked about, just a tale of two halves, because the Govs really, really slow out of the gate, especially in that first quarter. Struggled to get the offense going, and maybe it was kind of similar to last week. Maybe just a little bit of nerves, a little bit of jitters playing in front of the home crowd for the first time. Took a while for the things to start clicking on the offensive side of the ball. And on the defensive side, really, because Huron was pushing the ball up and down the field a lot more than the Govs were as well. But otherwise, that second quarter, we talked about it. That pass that Lounsbury connected with Terwilliger for 31 yards, and then that was the last play to end the first quarter. Very first play of the second quarter, Lounsbury to Stalley for the first score of the game. And really after that, it was still a little bit choppy in the second quarter, much smoother than the first quarter, though, as far as the offense was concerned. And then at halftime, the defense really ramped things up. A lot of pressure, a lot of turnovers. The pick six from Terwilliger really kind of opened the doors. And after that, the route was on, the floodgates opened, and the Govs really started to pour it on. And like we talked about, the end result was run time at the end of the game with about 7 minutes to go, and a 48-6 victory for the Govs over the Huron Tigers. And defense played really well, created short field opportunities for the offense, and that's really the story of the ball game. Tale of two halves.
Governors will take on the Watertown Arrows, who are 2-0. That'll be coming up next Friday. We'll have coverage starting at 6:30 and kickoff at 7 o'clock. We've got Pierre Governor Volleyball coming up next on Tuesday, as they will host the Mitchell Colonels. We'll have coverage again at 6:30 and first serve at 7 o'clock here on KCCR and also on YouTube at KCCR Sports. I want to say thanks to Jen Brazilius back at the station, as well as also Logan Steiner. The Governors pick up a 48-6 win tonight over the Huron Tigers, as we say so long from Hollister Field.
You've been listening to the Pierre Governors on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. The Pierre Governors on KCCR are sponsored by Agtegra, First Fidelity Bank, Red Rosa, Wheelhouse Auto Body, SD Savin, Wagner Auto, and State Farm Becky Potsaba Agency. And by Pizza Ranch, Rising Hope Counseling, Sanford Clinic, River Bottom Sanitation, Black Hills Federal Credit Union, Anderson Rumsa Dental, Home Care Services, and Country Carpet and Flooring. By Olson Plumbing, First Dakota National Bank, Boys and Girls Club of the Capital Area, Slumberland Furniture, AGE Corporation Ready Mix, Dakota Storm and Roofing, and South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Division of Consumer Protection. Pierre Governors on KCCR is also sponsored in part by Beck Motors, First United Methodist Church, Zander Auto Parts, Ferding Electric, May Adam, Owyhee Federal Credit Union, Gales Gas, and Shane's Pharmacy. And by Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, Clubhouse Hotel and Suites, Graham Tire, Faith Lutheran Church, Access Health Fort Pierre, and CHS River Plains. And by Edward Jones Financial, Todd's Electric, Lamb Motors, American Family Insurance, Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC, Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, Missouri River Dentistry, Comtech, and Bank West. Join us all season long for more Governor Sports on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. This has been a special presentation of River